All right, I see we got Ryan in the chat waiting on us. We got Vaycoin saying hi over on YouTube. We got crew rolling in. We're about to go live with a retro monster truck. Watch along. If you're on Twitch, go ahead and drop some of the trucks. I got monster truck emotes. Drop them in the chat. If you're on YouTube, make sure you say hi. Let me know you're there, because we are getting ready to go live here in just a second. All right. It is time. We're live here on twitch.tv/PerryVonVicious. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. Adam NX67 in the chat. We got Ryan in the chat. We got Vaycoin over on YouTube in the chat. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I got a new layout for the stream tonight, just for the monster truck watch-alongs. And I've compiled a small collection, a playlist of some stuff that I wanted to watch that some of it I have vague memories of from when I was a kid, and then some of it I don't remember at all, but it looked good. So we're going to do a little of that. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I've got iced coffee at 9 p.m. on a Friday. I've got water standing by in case anyone pops that hydrate alert. I'm here in a Disney Parks Hawaiian shirt. I got a box of toys in case anyone pops show me a toy. We're ready to rock and roll. And I think it's time we dive right in. This first event, this is from the old Tough Tracks show. This is 1989 Louisville, Kentucky. That awesome figure 8 track they're going to be racing on here. Let me give you a quick rundown of who I see on in this. Oh wow. Okay, we got a lot. I'm not gonna pre-hype it. We're gonna get in because we got a lot of episodes to watch. So let's go ahead and boom. Perry Tracks is live. All right, here we go. And you guys in the chat, do not hesitate to tell me if I need to put the audio of what we're watching up higher. If it's too high and you can't hear me, let me know. I'm happy to. I can mess about with it as we go. We're working on the fly, but we're going to have a good time tonight. This is one of my favorite streams to do. We don't get to do it often enough, but I skipped Monday's stream and slept instead, so I figure better to have it now. All right, here we go. We're diving in. This is 1993 Louisville, Kentucky, I believe. Let me double check. Oh, sorry, 1989. 1989 Louisville, Kentucky. Here we go. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Give me 1 second. I got YouTube muted because I'm keeping my own video up just in case. There we go. It's all coming up right here on Tough Track. Sick intro. I hope you're all having a good Friday. Hope you had a good week getting ready for that snowstorm this weekend. Raise my iced coffee to everyone else who's going to have to shovel themselves up. Smashing Chuckle says crank that audio on. You got it.
They'll compete on all year. It's at Louisville Motor Speedway. And Army, it's a
Let me know, how's that sound? Is that better?
It's a figure 8 course, but more than that, Scott, it's a long course for these monster trucks who are used to running on 400 feet.
Oh my goodness, Smashing Chuckles in here with no sub. Someone's got to gift our pal a sub here, so they got access to all the sick emotes.
There's 30 cars they're going to have to jump over. They're running for
we do have a sub goal. If I can get 20 is the number I've landed on, 20 gift subs, we will do a Monster Jam meetup in Worcester in May.
Each week, the winner will take the silver flag
to our next edition
of Tough Tracks. This is week number 1, so we're going to start with the national point leader, and Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger will be carrying the silver flag the first time around.
Oh, stop
the guys really
There's nothing wrong with it. There are dozens of us.
That's exactly right.
Dozens!
They're going to have to take it because I'm not going to give it up that easy. They're going to have to work for the flag, which that's what all
Dozens
of them
of
doing every
us.
week. Now we're looking
Dozens!
forward to fighting, battling out for this flag. But the course
New
out
follower,
here is
welcome
kind of tricky.
aboard.
You know, there's left and right hand turns. There's an inside and outside. And you can get ahead of a guy on these turns. They're so wide.
You see Stomper here doing a qualifying run, solo run around this track. This track, legendary from the 80s and early 90s, the figure 8 Louisville, Kentucky track. They got one truck just sitting there on the infield, and I'm trying to see what that is. It kind of looks like Crimson Crusher.
And we've got like 6 different gear sets. We can gear up for these.
I like the idea of the TNT flag for the previous winner. Surprised they went away from it. If you recall, they brought it back in Monster Jam. In the TNN days, they had the USHRA flag, or I think it was a checkered flag that they would have. Could have been Mopar Magic. It looked like Crimson Crusher to me.
And there's a limit to turning them over.
Here we go, young Dennis Anderson.
Last year, Dennis
with
Anderson
what I believe is Gravedigger 2. That looks like 2 to me.
And that silver thing just gives them something to see every time.
Oh, okay. Smash and Chuckle. It's the Beam Motorsports where you're subscribed. I got you.
Great action here on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge, but that's not all.
We got to get all the accounts subbed. We got to get that sub goal. We got a sub goal. I hit 20 fresh subs. I'm going to be keeping track. 20 fresh subs. We're going to do a meetup for the New England fans here on the stream. We're going to meet up at Monster Jam in Worcester in May. So we got time. We got time to hit it. We got to get there. Oh, I love that they work in the truck pulls on here. We did a review last week. Those who were there, those who were hanging out. We did a review last week with the old Matchbox Superchargers toys. And the tractor pullers in that set are so cool. Like, really underrated toy line.
And Risky Business has got to get into a pull-off today because we've got some outstanding competitors here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wants to do well in the home state, and he's got to get a full
the four-wheel drive pullers, you know, as a little kid weren't as exciting because they kind of looked like a beefy truck. It didn't look as exciting as the tractors. As I've gotten older, I appreciate them a lot more. Look at him go. He had some speed. Oh, that is touching the wall, baby. That's as full a pull as a pull gets.
They love it in North Carolina, so that gives us 5 in the pull-off when we come back to the Charlotte Coliseum a little bit later. But after this break, it's Monster Truck qualifying round highlights. And Army back to Louisville on that figure 8 course.
Everybody's excited. All the big ones are here. The Jersey Outlaw, Equalizer, Carolina Crusher. They're all going after the Gravedigger.
Nicka Beans, welcome in.
Downs and the Twin Spires, but it's thoroughbreds of a different type in just a moment. As
my favorite of the old tracks, that figure 8 Louisville course, man.
You're going to see them all
I think that's Crimson Crusher. Those look like dually tires on there. The truck in the infield. We'll get a better look later, but yeah, that Gravedigger 2 is a gorgeous, gorgeous truck. He rolled it a few times, which was always heartbreaking because the paint job and the body were just stunning.
With the TNT Monster Truck Challenge, the horsepower, however, is quite a bit different when these monsters.
I thought so, right? Like, if they show it again, we'll see how much there's a free show a toy. No one had to pop one.
People in Louisville, Kentucky are always treated to the best.
But that's what it looked like on the infield.
Today the monster trucks are in town, and like you say, a full house. They're all here to watch this qualifying
I just brought all the
session.
micro machines down to the workshop. Otherwise, I'd be showing my Clydesdale on the screen. But here we go, the OG Pink Pony Club.
Out of Powder Springs, Georgia. As we've talked about, the unique thing about this course is they have to go all the way
boy, Clark Bennett, we shared his picture last time we did a stream. I'm going to get some screen grabs for sure. We're 100% getting some screen grabs to put up on socials from this. We shared Clark Bennett last time because if there's a guy with a name who looks like a monster truck driver, it's Clark Bennett. Ooh, tough landing there. And now he's either he's getting it. Okay, he's okay. I thought he lost power for a second.
It's a suspension problem. Nobody knows how to set the chassis, so the drivers have finished his qualifying session as Clark considerably slower on the second half.
He's really taking it easy. I mean, I guess it's qualifying round, right? You can take it easy. Getting a middle seat in qualifying is a real safe bet. So as long as you don't go super slow or super fast, that's not bad. And you don't want this was an era when it was so easy to tear these trucks
You got to
up.
remember, these guys are coming from
You don't want to tear that
indoors
truck
where
up
they've been going
before
4.5
you get to the
seconds. Now they're
racing.
almost out to a complete minute of hard running.
Boy, and you can tell this is a workout. Here we see him going to the wall, Army.
Yeah, when he left the starting line, he came over and he just brushed the wall. Now, you
Just,
gotta remember, they got four-wheel
yeah,
steer.
he just
The
touched the
driver
wall
all of a
there, and
sudden
you got to be careful.
Very important as far as coordinating the front wheels and the rear wheels to get them to track each other.
Said this back before, but Bennett Clark was a bull rider before he raced monster trucks. I do believe I remember you saying that. It makes sense he would name his vehicle Clydesdale, and that he's always wearing that big cowboy hat. John Moore, one of the legends of the sport, in one of the legendary vehicles of the sport, and that no problem Bronco. Look at him whipping around these turns. Boy, and he's got that short wheelbase, so he's going to catch a weird bounce here, and you just know it. It could have been a lot worse. That could have gone a lot worse. We'll see how he hits it on the finish here. Oh, yeah, boy. When they're on that outside lane, they are brushing right up on that wall. That's dangerous. Yeah, no problem 2 is a legendary vehicle.
Critical point right here. He's got to keep it. Yeah, he's going to just get over the cars and finish
smart.
the lap.
Took it easy over those cars. Don't tear the truck up.
Some liquid coming out of the front of Moore. That heat right there. That's the first victim we've had of a heating problem.
Yeah, heating. So this was an issue that they had with these tracks all the time back then. Monster trucks weren't meant for long courses.
Excellent time, and if it's just a hose
so a long course like this, you get overheating problems. David Morrison equalizer. Oh, that OG red equalizer. I have my picture with this truck fully restored at the Monster Truck Hall of Fame Museum in Butler, Indiana. Really, I lit up when I saw it there the first time because I'd never seen equalizer in person, let alone had my picture with
They're going to have
it.
to literally tighten the chassis down. This kid normally really attacks the track. Right now, he's just trying to keep it inside the guardrails.
He's getting some bounces there. Now this truck was an absolute killer, especially on short tracks.
The horsepower's there. It is just not handling.
There was an era there where Equalizer, Barefoot, Taurus, and Bigfoot were all collectively kind of untouchable.
Doesn't hit him especially hard. It'll be a pretty good lap, but I don't think it's going to get up there with John Moore's lap.
I guarantee you, he and the truck owner, Gary Cook out of Tennessee, they're going to be making some changes. A good run, 43.59, but the 41-second Ford sits on top of this thing right now.
Right now, the national point leader, and the guy a lot of them came to see here at Louisville.
Oh, here he is. Here he is,
Dennis
the legend.
Out of Chesapeake, Virginia, and Dennis will attack the course. Make no mistake about it.
Back when they still had steel bodies. That is beautiful. One of the OG rear engine trucks, too. One of the first.
Now, what he's done is he's locked the rear wheel straight. He's not worried about rear steer at all. He's just going to go with the front wheels.
Look at that.
Oh, what a shot.
Big bounce off those cars. Yeah, you got to get on the brakes hard there, pal. Holy moly.
Problems right there. He ran over the pylons in the middle of the track. Well, Anderson has a good
What a run.
Scott Douglas, look at this. Let's see how he's going to finish it up. His approach is so important to the
And what a team on the call here, too. Army Armstrong and Scott Douglas. Oh, got the passenger door swinging open.
Door popped open, but he really flat hammered it. Came on strong, Gravedigger.
Dennis, that's everything you expect from Dennis Anderson. That is a run. That's the run you expect from Dennis Anderson.
Now, we were worried if anybody could get under the 40-second barrier. Right there, it's already happening. The people in Louisville are loving every second of it, Scott.
The other Tar Heel, the other North Carolina boy. Gary Porter, the lone wolf of monster trucks. Famously would travel alone with his truck. No crew with him. He would go out, he would tire it up on his own, he'd do the repairs on his own.
Well, I think going in the turns a little bit too fast might give him a little trouble. The truck might go up on one side, or something, that type of situation might hurt me.
We'll find out right now, Army, is the Carolina Crusher and Gary Porter get ready. Now they've got to beat that time in the 39 that Gravedigger just set down with Dennis Anderson.
Well, Porter can definitely do it. Speaking of Anderson, we just received word on that sub-40-second qualifying run that Gravedigger did lose a front drive shaft, so that may hurt him later on. He and the crew are working feverishly trying to get it back together to get into elimination. Speaking of eliminations,
yes, Gary Porter, the gentleman of motorsports for that era. Soft-spoken, quiet guy.
Outside for his first half of the
That's
course.
crazy. Gravedigger lost the drive shaft on that run.
Good run here. And he brought out an interesting point.
Big
Scott.
strong
Even though
run,
these
and then
tires are
you
real
have a big
big,
break like
they're
that.
only
That can
running
ruin
a
your
little
day
bit
on
of rubber. They're
these
only running
old
on the
events,
top of the
man.
cleat, and they're actually having handling problems with the vehicles wanting to push them in the corner. A good run for the Carolina Crusher, as usual.
This might be my favorite era of the Carolina
Any kind
Crusher.
of a
Just
course.
There you see it,
so classic.
41.95. That'll be third fastest for Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher. Army, how about all this breakage in qualifying?
Everybody is wondering about this qualifying session. Well, the quick qualifier was the Gravedigger. He has everybody covered by about 2 seconds, but believe me, he's got a whole lot of problems he's trying to solve right now. Dennis Anderson and his crew are trying to put the front drive shaft back in a transfer case. Now remember, the transfer case might be the key word this evening.
Yikes.
2 of the major breakages we had in qualifying were a result of the transfer cases these trucks are using. These are the trucks that have the transfer cases where they can change gear ratios. They thought it would help them on the track. It did help their time, but they broke. Plenty of action in Louisville, Kentucky. We'll be right back.
Gravedigger 2 was known to have a lot of issues. It gave Anderson his nickname of One Run Anderson. Yeah, man. Dennis had a lot of things that were kind of weird about his reputation. You know, the trucks would break all the time. The first time I ever saw Gravedigger was in Worcester.
Side by side, monster
It probably
truck eliminations
was,
here on Tough Tracks with the TNT
gosh, it must
Monster
have
Truck
been
Challenge. I'm Scott Douglas with Army
96, maybe,
Armstrong, and
96,
we're going to look at the way they're
97.
going to line up. First
And,
round, Gravedigger,
yeah.
fast qualifier.
Gravedigger came out, had one run, shut down the rest of the night. We could see him parked
first round action will be
sort of in
Carolina Crusher and Gary
the
Porter
entry
against
thoroughfare,
Bennett
just
Clark in an
broken.
all-Chevrolet showdown. And the
Real
Clydesdale
bummer.
Equalizer against Thunder Chicken, as we'll see.
Oh yeah, we got
Kid
Thunder
Rarick's truck
Chicken
coming
on
out
this
there.
one. Let's
These two are
go.
the fast losers will be back in the quarterfinals. And then to round out that first round of competition, it's the No Problem Ford and the Stomper Chevrolet. They'll be at war over that one in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh,
But
Dennis
first,
gets
we're
a
gonna look at
bye
the
run.
of Dennis Anderson and the
Well,
Gravedigger.
if he can keep
got
the
her
drive
fixed.
shafts
Well, he
attached.
got her
Hey, look at
fixed,
that.
and
Two-run
qualifying
Anderson.
was so
He
very
got 2
important to
this
him
time.
because the bye run, he's going to make sure that it's right now. So he doesn't have to worry about going out there and breaking or beating anybody. What he's going to do is make sure that this truck is right for the next round of eliminations, and he's not taking it easy. He's not stroking it at all. Anderson comes out.
He's taking it easier this round. I don't know what they're talking about.
First place money's not paid till the last race of the day. This is the first one. So Anderson's learning something. The truck looks good. I don't believe the distance of this track is going to hurt Anderson. We were worried about the heat factor, but he and the crew said they've got it figured out. Might just be the case. You're looking awfully good right now.
I was going to say, it's easy to not overheat the truck when you're just kind of cruising around the track. See, Smash and Chuckle says, I was at night 1 of TNT in Roanoke, Virginia, 1990. First time I ever saw Digger in person. When he plowed into Equalizer, the building went nuts. Oh, I bet. Oh, what a show to have been at.
Matching up with Bennett Clark's Clydesdale, the long
I think I recall watching that on TV as a kid.
I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Now the Clydesdale is working the
Yes,
inside.
I have a sense memory.
He started on the outside and got into the wall a little bit. He's gone to the inside. The Carolina Crusher is going to develop a whole lot of ground
my
speed.
camera froze.
Right about now, it's an
Hang on, I'm
awfully
gonna
close
fix
race.
that.
They're
Don't
working
worry.
inside, outside. This could be a good one.
You
Now,
keep watching the
Bennett Clark
monster
says
trucks,
this
everybody.
is his kind of track. Clark and the Clydesdale hits the jump first, but he's got to go the long way around now, and the Carolina Crusher knows it. Clydesdale a little bit out of shape. Clark's got to settle down, got to use his head, got to work that groove to the high side of the track. Boy, the Crusher.
Here we go. We're
The
back.
Crusher sees, watch Bennett Clark. Clark's coming after him, Scott. Look at this. Over the finish line, all the way. You got to call at it upset.
They're standing in Louisville. I think the grandstand may come down. They're going nuts. Bennett Clark with the last
I feel like I looked away and missed an incredible run by Bennett Clark.
Gary Porter's Carolina Crusher. Here it is again. Army look
Wow.
out of nowhere.
Gary Porter looks like he's back on the throttle.
What
Bennett
a
Clark
comeback.
flies right past him to advance to
Holy
the next
cow.
round, and the people in Louisville are going crazy, Scott.
Where's Yogi Berra when you need him? It ain't over till it's over, and that was the case right there. Porter may have thought he had it. Clark got by him, but we may get Gary Porter back if he's one of the fast losers. Next matchup, here's the Thunder Chicken out of Catawissa, Pennsylvania, and Kid Rarick.
Oh wow,
wow,
getting the dirt from between Adam NX67 and Smash and Chuckle, who's part of the B Motorsports crew. We're getting a lot of the inside scoop there.
The Equalizer is having his share of problems too. Now remember, qualifying the
both of these
Equalizer
trucks
was
just
really out of
ambling
shape. This kid
through
is not
this
attacking
round.
The track. The truck looks a little bit better, and I believe as the afternoon goes
Thunder
on,
Chicken, one of my
Equalizer
favorites
is
from
definitely
that
gonna be
era,
a
and
player
he
for
is
the
just
win, but
barely
right now,
moving.
he kind of got an easy run.
You can
here.
really
This is
tell
a good
looking at these.
opportunity
This is
for
the
Equalizer
exact,
truck.
like,
Notice how the
if
truck's
you
got-
took this episode,
doesn't seem
this
to
is
really
what they
wanna handle
based
his
the
actually
Tough Tracks
pushing out
toys
towards
on.
the outer wall.
It's all the
So
same
Equalizer's
styles,
gonna
all the
advance.
same
Thunder
look.
Chicken having some
Like
transmission
that Red
problems.
Equalizer
Not
was in
gonna
the
be around in the
series.
next round, but this
Thunder Chicken was
Equalizer
in there.
truck
Gravedigger,
is gonna be
looking like
tough before
Gravedigger
this
2
day's
was
over
in
if
there.
they
This
can
is
get the
what it
handling
was
figured
from.
out.
Kind of reminds me of the Byron, the great
Chris
Digger had
Mormana,
David Morris not running
Moramus.
for the win.
I get his name wrong all the time because I only ever see it written down. Great dude, and so glad that he saved Thunder Chicken. I did some custom toy making for him, my 3D printed monster truck replicas, and he kindly sent me a bunch of cool monster truck toys that I needed for the collection in exchange.
300-foot
Great
course, a
dude.
whole different breed of animal tonight. They're going a full half mile. Marvin Smith, you'll be driving the Stomper truck. What changes do you make for this length of a track?
What I've got, Army, is I've got a series of gearboxes. I've got a main gearbox with a quick change box in front of it. What I've done is I've gone 30 over 1-to-1. Hopefully this will be the right combination for this.
Going a full half mile. Marvin Smith, you'll be driving the Stomper.
I'm grabbing a screen grab real quick for the old socials, because if anything screams watching old school monster trucks, it's Army Armstrong interviewing Marvin in front of the Stomper.
Truck, what changes do you make for this length of a track?
What I've got, Army, is I've got a series of gearboxes. I've got a main gearbox with a quick change box in front of it. What I've done is I've gone 30 over 1-to-1. Hopefully this will be the right combination for this track. This is probably the longest track we'll run all year long. But
it's a long track.
Power range and still not well work the engine.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
a lot
what
of the
is your power
drivers,
range
as I
running
understand
a
it,
big
kind of
block
hated this
supercharged
track. It
engine
was
on
bad for the
alcohol? What do
engines.
you
Like
like to run
it
that
broke
engine at?
more
What
trucks
RPM?
than almost
What
any
I'm
other
doing is
track,
I run the
really.
big block. I run it on carburetor gas. I like to keep mine
Not
working around
nicotine.
between 4 and 5,500.
I wanted to go fast. That's
a good
that's
power
what a
range right
pull
there.
quote.
You get over that,
You
you
know,
strain
that's
it
the
just a
quote
little
I'm putting
bit,
up with the
especially this long of a
picture.
track. If you're on a shorter track, you like to take it up between 5 and 7,000. But this long of a track, you like to work between 45 and 55, somewhere in the area like that.
There you get the insight from Marvin Smith, Starvin' Marvin out of Arnold, Missouri. This is what they love, Army, that Ford-Chevy matchup. And here you have it with two dandies, the Stomper Chevrolet and the No Problem Ford.
Well, the classic battle's going on right now. Marvin Smith jumps out the Chevrolet on the inside of the track, but John Moore sets right on his left hip. Smith has a little bit of a problem getting lined up. Moore
My camera crashed again. Oh, come on, man.
The Ford people are starting to stand up. Louisville,
How does
Kentucky,
it
the home
keep
of the
it crashed
Broncos.
everywhere?
Let's see what's gonna
What is
happen.
going on with my
Everybody
camera?
from the Bluegrass is pulling for the inside truck right now.
You guys keep
Marvin
watching.
Smith's not going to let him have it. He's trying to work him on the outside. It's going to be a Donnybrook when they hit that finish line. Scott, watch the Chevrolet try to come back on the outside. Oh, you talk about close racing. A half mile, they finished about a foot apart.
Yeah, in a city that's used to having things called by a head and a neck, that was by a wheel, one wheel, and no problem. John Moore, the Ford Bronco out of Lafayette, Tennessee, dispatches
There we
the
go.
Chevrolet.
We should be
Once
good now.
again, Stomper may or may not be back as a fast loser. That looked like
Weird
a pretty
that
good
keeps
run.
happening.
Here we see the replay.
Yeah, the run was awfully good. You got to remember, these guys go against each other almost every week around the country. They knew what the other one was going to do. That was just some
Here
good
we
old
go.
time
Here's a
racing.
couple of old
Speaking
trucks.
of old time
Now,
racing in this drawing, we got Ford going against
we're gonna
Ford.
Jim
ignore
Miller,
the next
Barbarian
guy
Ford
that they
out of
show.
Columbus,
Let's ignore
Illinois, against
him.
The Jersey Outlaw Ford, Mike Wine, Browns Mills,
Pretend he
New
wasn't
Jersey.
there.
On the back of the
Hopefully
Jersey
he
Outlaw,
loses.
it's got one of those kind of like
We don't have to think
Ghostbusters
about him
signs,
again.
You know, the slash sign, but it says, "Friends don't let friends."
He jumped the gun.
drive
He
Chevy.
cheated.
Well, I tell
I'm
you
saying,
what,
I'm
the
calling it.
Outlaw Ford,
I think he cheated.
a super start on the starting line. He put a gauge job, drag racing
Yep,
terminology
we
on the
don't talk about
Barbarian.
him.
Mike Wine's looking awfully
Except
good
to
now.
say that he's
Wine's
bad.
an interesting individual. This is his first year on tour with this. The truck
Interesting
normally
individual is one
was
way to put
driven
it.
by Nick Rossi, the owner and builder of the truck. Rossi is
that Barbarian he's racing against? Wow.
This kid's doing a real good job for him. He jumped out in the lead. He stayed there the whole way. The Barbarian is going to have to really work if he's going to pull this Jersey Outlaw in. But I don't believe that's the case.
The Outlaw really got up high in the turn with no pylons and nobody beside him.
Oh, looky here, Scott. We
Yeah,
got a
catch
problem.
up, catch up. Waste him.
The
That's
Barbarian's
right.
gonna get it at the end,
Let's
I
go.
believe. Yes, he did.
Let's
what a
go.
finish.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Make him rue
what
the
happened to
day.
Jersey Outlaw.
Wow. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
the Outlaw
Out of here, Outlaw. Goodbye. Right to jail.
And they came across the finish line together.
Yeah, some of the old timers. I'm seeing the comments in the chat.
After this break,
wow, completely unpronounceable name on YouTube. Welcome. Happy to see you. But yeah, some of the vehicles.
One of the country's true.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
This is the beautiful new Charlotte Coliseum.
Yeah, some of the old timers had like some weird views on what they thought monster trucks should be. And they're just, now a lot of them, the ones that are grumpy, they're just old men. You know how it is. Guys get past a certain age and they just become grouchy and awful and they don't understand the world around them anymore and they take it out on everyone, and that's all that is. I like the idea that they would get mad at Beam Motorsports for having their vehicles in the replica pack. It's like, yo, it's free. We're not charging anyone for it. If you're charging someone for it, they might have an argument there. But also, didn't he sell off everything? Like, he doesn't even own the rights to that truck anymore. So he can, he's a dude with a bunch of views I don't really enjoy anyhow. So I'm happy to hear that he is unlikable.
160.71. That's the distance that they'll try and beat. Randy McConnell lays it down in yellow fever.
Yeah,
up to go after him.
I know Bob Chandler had some sort of strict views on what he thought monster trucks should and shouldn't do and should and shouldn't be, and he still has those. I don't necessarily think that his are as damning. I think he, he wanted to keep the sport very, I mean, as you say, very pure. He wanted it to be a competition. I don't think he ever liked freestyle being a part of the shows. But, as it evolves, people want that. And that's why we now see it on the Hot Wheels tour. It's tame and neutered, kind of. But, they're giving the people what they want, whether it's, up to what other people are doing or not. Now, interestingly, we talk about that. We talk about the evolution in monster trucks, right?
I think where the new is in the crack. I think he's running what they call
I'm sure Bob loved the retro pack. He always thought it was cool to see his trucks and the other trucks represented as toys and video games and the cartoon series. We're going to do... That's the next watch-along, 100%. We're going to do a watch-along of Bigfoot and the Muscle Machines. What do you guys think? Is that the next watch-along? Next time we do one of these? Because I think that would be sick. Yeah, Bigfoot and the Muscle Machines. I did find it. I saved it on YouTube because I knew I would want to. Sioux Falls has monster truck shows tonight and tomorrow at the Denny. Since it's like -20 out, I decided to say, I get that. I totally get that. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the weather this weekend. Kicking back and watching some monster trucks and having a nice coffee at 9:30 at night on a Friday. That's how you kick off a weekend where you're about to be snowed in, getting something between 12 and 20 inches in the course of 36 hours.
From Louisville Motor Speedway, when Tough Tracks continues.
I do kind of wish they had the old commercials in here. Oh, the volume just dropped like crazy on this. What's going on? Is it going to stay low the rest of the time? There we go.
This time, though, he'll go up against Clyde.
That was freaking me out for a second. I was like, oh no. I'm going to have to really pick up the slack on talking here. Speaking of, between the volume of what we're watching and my volume, how we doing? Is it still working? Still sounding good? Whoa, 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 whoa. Ole, ole, it's showtime. We got the first show of toy popped. We're pausing the races because we got a bunch of toys. I picked out a slew of toys to show off. And here's the deal. I got 5 that go together, but I'm only going to show one at a time. If we see all 5 and we pop one more show a toy after that, the last toy is an unboxing. A toy I've not shown on stream, and it'll be unboxed for the first time. But we got to see all of them. So here's the first one. It's one of a series of 5. These, I believe, were made by Kenner. Let me make sure I get it right. Oh, do they even have the company name on here? I believe it was Kenner that made these. Because it's very much in the style of the Kenner toys. This is, let me make sure it's good on screen here. This is Danny Wood of the New Kids on the Block. A couple of years ago, I did get the complete set of 5. I had them as a little kid, but I got the complete set of 5 for like $10 at Brimfield Antique Festival. And so that is Danny Wood, looking amazing. Shout out to the New Kids. You can just picture him singing lead on Valentine Girl, one of the only songs he sang lead on. A great toy in his funky little sweater. Got his mic in his hand. Danny Wood, the bodybuilder of the New Kids on the Block, and that's for real. He's still jacked. He's like 50 something and super jacked. Can still in his mid 50s can kick breakdancing windmills on stage. Saw it firsthand when I went to see them live a couple of years ago. Oh yeah, the New Kids had action figures. They had Barbie style dolls. They had a cartoon series. In fact, we do have an alert that you can pop with the right bits that will play a portion of the opening of the New Kids on the Block cartoon series. Let's see. It looks like it's 700 bits. I made it pricey. All right. We're continuing on. That's one down of 5. If we hit 6, I do an unboxing.
Rematch, and some of the other trucks continue to get ready. We're going to go ahead and come on out right now with the Equalizer and Thunder Chicken.
Well, they're pairing the other trucks up back in the pit area. What we're going to have an opportunity to see here. Oh, we've got some liquid coming out of the Thunder Chicken already. The heat's starting to get to him on the starting line. And the Equalizer
laying an egg right off the line.
Remember, the Equalizer made one run. They had problems in qualifying. He ran Thunder Chicken a moment ago. The truck looked better, but look at this, Scott.
Yep, rematch from round 1.
Out now for sure.
He's flat flying. You can see Thunder Chicken is beaten
already.
There
it is. Our alert going off again. Let's get through this race, and then we're going to show another toy.
Is not going to wear it out on the cars on this run, knowing he's in good shape. But as Thunder Chicken
we're getting backed up on toys. Okay.
Around this track right now, he seems so fast.
Whoa! They're all going off.
Really
it's all happening at once.
Watch Morris. He's going to come into your screen.
Boy, Equalizer is just toasting Thunder Chicken here, but he's doing it as slowly as possible. This has to have been one of the slowest. That's the remaining 4 New Kids all at once. And the unboxing of toy. Nickabean's blowing through channel points. I'm sorry, Perry Bucks. We call them Perry Bucks. Equalizer with the big win there. All right, we're gonna pause again because we got all the toys ready to go. All right, and let's see, pull them all over here. I came prepared, but these are all the ones I had to show, so we're gonna do it now. All right, so we started with Danny Woods from the New Kids on the Block. I'm just making sure he's framed up okay. Encrypted, welcome. Adam NX67 popping the hydrate. I have been drinking a lot of iced coffee throughout the stream, but as always, come prepared with my invisible water. Although I've got the green screen effect turned off, so it's not invisible. It's just weird looking. At least I think it's turned off. Make sure it is. Okay, yeah. It's turned off. Good. All right, so we had Danny Woods. We also got one of the most famous New Kids. Famous actor and hamburger entrepreneur, Donnie Wahlberg, the bad boy of the New Kids, with his peace chain hanging off of his jacket, with his Reebok sneakers, that great haircut. He's got the rat tail going on. That was common with the New Kids. A bunch of them had that. Let's see. Next we got one of the 2 brothers. We got Jonathan Knight, who as a kid was one of my favorites of the New Kids. He was the quiet, shy one, which turned out to be incredibly true. He was a recluse for many years because he had actual crippling social anxiety. The original gay boy band member came out just a few years ago, and when he was young, though, dated Tiffany of I Think We're Alone Now. So not a bad track record. We got, of course, one of the lead guys, my second favorite lead guy. We got Jonathan's brother, Jordan Knight. Look at that. And they're all wearing their exact outfit from their original Disney concert special. And these are in incredible shape for having been bought at a flea market in a Ziploc bag for $10. And finally, my favorite, Joey Mack, Mr. Please Don't Go Girl himself, the youngest of the group, 13 when they kicked the band off and started performing. Well, let me get him back in frame here. There we go. Little Joey Joe with his vest and his curly hair. Great story about Joey Joe. The second time I ever went to Broadway, we saw Wicked, which at the time I didn't know, but Joe McIntyre was on the cast. And so I'm sitting in the crowd and everything's great. And then out comes Joey McIntyre on the stage and I lose my mind. All right, but we popped enough to get to the unboxing as well. And I got a special one. This was sent to me by the folks who built the real thing. There's these guys in Texas who took Nicka Beans. I'm gonna have so many questions about that. There's these guys in Texas who took a K truck, one of those little mini Japanese mini trucks, and they bumped it up real big on a huge chassis and put it on swamp tires. It is called Texas Toot, and they had their very own Hot Wheels made. And they were kind enough to send me not just this one, but they sent me one of every color variant. So I have like 8 of this. We are going to open it right now on stream because I've had it forever and not opened it. And eventually all of them are going to go in their own little case. We're going to model on stream a 3D printable shelf for them all to go on. But I'm going to open this right now. You're getting it real time. Toy unboxing. Oh, that is nice. Oh, that is nice. Wow. There's some interesting things on the chassis, but that is a very nice toy. Really, really slick. Great detail on that. Super psyched. This is, again, first time I've opened it. I've had this for, I think, over a year now. Really, really nice. Love all the little details. And yeah, will go great next to the rest of the collection. I think even like next to like Crimson Crusher, looks really good. Like the sizing feels right where it's not quite as big, but it's still real big. Really nice. Well, that was a fun little detour, but let's hop back into the racing. Thank you to Nicka Beans for popping off the show of toys. So psyched I was. I've been sitting on sharing those new kid toys for a while. Those live on the shelf in my room. I see them every day, and every day I think, one of these times that's going to be the show of toy. Tonight was the night. I came prepared. I do have other stuff at arm's reach if I have to. If I have to.
With his truck overheating.
Let's spread them out. Let's spread them out. We got time. We're going to be on stream for a little bit here.
Louisville, Kentucky is going to present a whole new set of problems for the monster truck drivers. The reason being the length of the track, the problem being heat. John Moore, how are you going to keep heat out of the No Problem 4 tonight?
You spent so many Perry bucks.
I believe we're just going to let it get a little warm and hopefully
kill my space heater. Be right back.
Cool it down.
Oh, stop going. There's nothing wrong with it. There are dozens of us.
Dozens! Water pumps to circulate water through the motor.
Will you be changing
There are
any type
dozens of
oil
us.
in the engine, or will you
Dozens.
keep
Thank you
same
for the
oil in it?
follow. Welcome
I believe
aboard,
we're gonna run the same oil
Bloopy
for
3000.
at least one night anyway.
Welcome,
Now, the
Bloopy.
electric
We're doing
fans,
some
the passenger car doesn't
old
have an
school
electric
monster
fan.
truck watch-alongs. This is
a whole new concept where
1989
it's
Louisville,
constantly
Kentucky
pulling
tough
cooler
tracks that
air
we're
through the
watching right
radiator,
now.
trying to keep it cool. Is that the
We're
reason
doing a
for running
little
electric fans?
little backstage
Well, the
interviewing.
electric fan is there to keep horsepower from being
And
lost
in a minute, we'll be back to the action on that famous figure eight track. A friend of Adam NX67. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Any friend of Adam's is a friend of ours. Adam's been a great part of our little crew here for some time. I'll be right back. You check out this race between Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher and John Moore and No Problem, two legends in this industry.
It was earlier when a radiator hose split on the No Problem Ford Bronco. It's fixed. He's ready to go against Carolina Crusher. The Chevy Ford matchup, but this one really ought to be nice and tight, Army.
Yeah, Scott, I tell you what, it should be nice and tight, but Gary Porter went to school in the previous round. He's back in this bracket by virtue of being a quick loser. If you'll remember, Gary Porter and the Carolina Crusher backpedaled right before the finish line a moment ago. That was a driver error. He is not going to make a mistake
for this era
again.
when we're just right at the tail end of the leafer trucks, right? We're just right on the cusp when we're going to start getting all the tube frame custom jobs coming in. This era of Carolina Crusher is so solid. I mean, this truck, I mean, it just looks like it's meant to be that way, right? It doesn't look jerry-rigged together at all. It looks like this is just exactly what it is.
Definitely did not give him a chance, and of course, there's no more fast losers coming back if everybody stays together.
Loopy 3000 says, so you do monster trucks. What's it like to be in one? So I am a professional wrestler, and I'm a huge monster truck enthusiast, but I have driven a monster truck. I had the good fortune to drive a truck called Identity Theft, which is a parody of Gravedigger, at a indie show in Maine, and it was awesome. It was so cool. It was a ride truck, so I got to load a bunch of my friends in. Randy, who runs Limitless Wrestling in Maine, got to ride with us, along with my good buddy Johnny Torres, who is a wrestling announcer and also a Twitch streamer. We all got to load in there together, and I got to drive them around the track. It was super cool, great experience. Okay, Loopy says, whoa, what's it like to wrestle? Wrestling's the best, man. I've been doing it for 18 years now. I'm currently, I currently hold 3 championships across 2 different promotions, 2.5 different promotions, depending on how you look at it. Nika Beans knows what I'm talking about. Ryan knows what I'm talking about. It gets a little complicated. Yeah, I'm a champion in multiple promotions, and yeah, Perry 3 belts is the working title at the moment. We'll see how long that keeps up. I've been Perry 3 belts since the last belt I won was the last day of August. So I've had them all since then. The first belt I got in April. So, yeah. Started to rain and everyone's running the hide. You got this creep coming back as a fast loser. Typical.
So they're going to go dry off just a little bit. But we're not done by no stretch of the imagination.
I love that it's raining in the middle of this race. That rules. Great story. So, I want to say it was 1998. It might have been 90s. No, it was later than that. Probably 99, 2000, something like that. 2000, 2001 maybe. I went to Monster Jam at West Lebanon Valley Speedway in New York. I would have been I guess it probably would have been 98. I would have been in middle school. And we all went out there, and it started raining right before the show. And they weren't going to be deterred. It's a dirt track, and it got really muddy. And they said, screw it, the monster trucks, they can go in the mud. They went out, and they're racing this high-speed track in the mud, and it was wild and crazy, and it was a great lineup. And like halfway through the show, it started thundering and lightning real bad. And my dad's telling me and my friends, like, hey, you know, there's a chance they may end this. They may call this because this weather's bad. And we were really upset. We didn't want the show to end early. They did end it, but they told us all that if we came back tomorrow, we could come in for free because they were adding a second show the next day. So I got to see the show twice because it was like more than halfway through the show when they ended it because of the weather. It was amazing. It was such a good weekend. getting to see an incredible lineup: Gravedigger, Bigfoot, Barefoot, Carolina Crusher. I think Little Tiger was on the show. Like it was Predator was there. Just an incredible lineup of trucks. All right, we're back to cool, Killer. So this body, some will recognize as being the same body that eventually went on Car Killer, which was a monster tank. A monster tank that still runs to this day. A YouTuber bought it and restored it. I forget which guy, but it's easy to find if you Google monster tank restored on YouTube. It's the first thing that comes up.
Gary, you hung on to win this, rascal. It was a tough one tonight.
Yeah, I was crossing my fingers in there. When
Man, you know, the truck pulls don't get enough love.
Tony was the only one I was really scared of.
They're a sport that hasn't really evolved or changed over the years.
Here you see the run that did
But
for him at the new Charlotte Coliseum,
so
and he
cool.
really laid it down, Army.
God, it was just a good
Yes, it was the same as the monster tank. So it's a similar thing to what happened to Virginia Giant.
And it stands up there
If you look at the original Virginia Giant body, there's like a color shift on the back half of the body because they had pulled the front of it off of a pulling truck that had a similar name. It might have even also been named Virginia Giant, but the body pieces were replaced. So there's like a color shift halfway through it where it looks different because half of it was from the original puller and the other half had to be added on to fit their truck frame. Well, that was pretty common back in those days. A lot of guys would come from the truck pull world to the monster truck world, and they would just adjust the equipment as needed.
Let's update you on how we've got to where we're at. In the first round, Clydesdale beat Carolina Crusher and had to face Jersey Outlaw in the quarterfinal round matchup. That's the one that's coming up when we get back to action after the rain delay.
The rain delay has ended back in Louisville now.
Clydesdale will be
We're
on the
rolling
inside
again.
lane. Bennett Clark, the Chevrolet, against Mike Wine, the Jersey
Now let's watch
Outlaw
Bennett
Ford,
Clark
and he
absolutely
runs
school the Jersey Outlaw here because we do not want that guy on our screen.
Based on the inside of the track, the Clydesdale loves this kind of track. He's
keeping up. I don't like that. Hopefully he blows it on the back end. Clydesdale coming in real slow toward these cars. That's not giving me a ton of confidence. TS Jobber, the battle of the most canceled drivers. Now, was Clark Bennett also canceled? Was he canceled too? Bennett Clark? Clark Bennett? I keep mixing up his name. Oh no, I got to look up what he did.
Wine knows that he knows that Chevrolet's going to be coming after him. No, the Ford's going to go to the next round.
Wow, the Jersey Outlaw with a great run. So Bennett Clark and Clydesdale, the long wheelbase, the great momentum.
Oh no.
Not enough.
Oh no, that's not good either. Holy moly. Oh no. Hang on.
Victory. So
you all keep watching. I have to go Google this.
Here's how we got there. The Gravedigger beat Barbarian. Jersey Outlaw knocked off Clydesdale. They'll meet a little later. Equalizer got a couple of easy runs over Thunder Chicken. He's going to have to work for it in the semifinals, though. He'll meet Carolina Crusher.
No.
Carolina Crusher, you'll remember, lost in the first round, but came back to beat no problem in the quarterfinals. Army talks with a guy who learned a lot in that first round loss.
Oh no.
Gary Porter is going to be going into the Final Four, basically by the luck of a rule, that being the fact that you were eliminated.
Yeah, he does have some demons in the closet. That's a no good, boss.
Gary, you had a little mental lapse last night that almost cost you. You're awfully lucky to be in this Final Four.
Charged with second-degree stalking, public lewdness, and 2 counts of trespassing. And that was in 2024. How old was he by then? Good Lord, getting in that kind of trouble when he was born in 56? So by 2024, he was...
Now, this kid with the equalizer, he's really making a name for himself this year.
He's like
he's going to
70?
be tough, and you know you've got to go head-to-head with him. Is there anything you're going to do as a driver to adjust to try to beat this kid?
Chill out and enjoy your golden years. Maybe don't cause any trouble.
Like I did with Clydesdale, I'm going to stay in it regardless of what happens to him. And I've thought about the race a lot and the track, and I think I got it down pat now.
We're getting raided by the Grizz crew. Let's go. We got the Perry-go-round on the screen. Welcome in. We are watching some old school monster trucks Grizz crew right now. We got David Morris in the Equalizer going one-on-one with Gary Porter in the Carolina Crusher. 1989 at the Louisville, Kentucky Figure 8 track. One of the most famous tracks in old school monster truck history. So unique, so long. A lot of time on pavement here, which was not common then. Wow, Gary Porter. Oh, Gary almost had that come from behind victory. That was close. That could have been either one. Wow. You guys tuned in at the right time.
Carolina Crusher noses in front, and there you see it.
Just barely ekes out that win. Holy cow. That was a close one. Grizz Crew, how was your stream? How are you all doing tonight? So happy to see you. Always glad to have the Grizz Crew roll in. Everyone should absolutely give the members of the Grizz Crew a follow. Right. I'm trying to remember what my own alerts are. There we go. They do some great charity streams. They play all kinds of games on their channel. Great spot to check out. Huge fans, regulars at Blitzkrieg Pro. Hey, Blitzkrieg Pro comes back in just a few weeks in Westfield, Connecticut, where I will be defending. I can't say what the match is yet, but I will be defending my Blitzkrieg Pro Jensen Memorial Championship, my first title defense of 2026. We were talking about me being Perry 3 belts. We'll see if it continues. I got a title defense in just a few weeks.
And he's looking dominant, getting there. Gravedigger.
Good. Thanks, Dennis. Dennis took out the most canceled driver in Monster Trucks. Good.
To that because he's going to match up with a guy who's chasing him in the number 3 spot, Gary Porter in Carolina Crusher. It's those two in the finals. Army ought to be a great championship run.
Well, the final set on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Louisville,
as long as I'm doing promo, Army Armstrong's on here doing some promo. I'll match him. Just a week after Blitzkrieg Pro comes back. Blitzkrieg Pro makes its return February 21st, Saturday in Westfield, Massachusetts. Just a week later, Friday, February 27th, Pro Wrestling Grind makes its return, debuting at a brand new venue, the beautiful VFW Ballroom in Florence, Massachusetts, where I will be defending the Grind Grand Championship. My Grind Grand Championship against the one and only Thick Daddy, Uptown Andy Brown.
Dennis, they're coming after you. Can you hang on the flank?
Yeah, man, we're going to hang in there.
What about putting a little bit more fuel?
All right, let's see here. Adam NX67 says this was one of Gravedigger 2's more dominant races. He's been wrecking them all day.
I got it under my hat now.
Let's see. Grizz says, where's this event being held? This is Louisville, Kentucky, 1989.
So it is the Gravedigger and Dennis Anderson ready to go up.
Loopy 3000 says, I've even heard of Gravedigger. I'm not savvy with the other trucks. A lot of these trucks you wouldn't hear about now. It was an older era. Carolina Crusher, Nightlife, and Equalizer. Carolina Crusher races frequently. Nightlife pops up once in a while. They have modern versions of these trucks. Equalizer had a short modern run. I think there might still be one out there. Mad Dog, long gone. USA 1 was actually just in Springfield last week.
But USA 1 and Rob
Wild
seem
Hair,
to be getting their act
is
together.
still around.
While this action was going on in Louisville, USA 1 was doing battle at El Paso,
and
Texas,
these trucks are actually at a different event, I believe, where they're giving the overall standings. Yeah, there's USA 1. This has to be a rollover. He always rolled on these big outdoor courses. Oh, he saved it. Okay, I'm recognizing that track. Is this the one where we get that crazy King Kong rollover?
Points win of 1989 as he comes away with the victory over Nightlife.
Left Nightlife in the dust. They're cruising on that track. Dangerous for leaf spring tracks. Bloopy says, are you a Sox fan? I mean, I'm from New England. It's kind of like a requirement, but truth be told, I really don't watch a lot of sports. My sports watching is confined to monster trucks, sumo wrestling. I adore. Got to see it live when I was wrestling in Japan, and pro wrestling. That's about it for my sports watching.
Right now they don't look it, but believe me, it's a close race, side by side. When they get to the next turn, it's going to be the telltale sign. Anderson hits the jump quick, a little bit out of shape. Keep an eye on the Carolina.
We got into the wall. Oh no! He's got smoke coming out from getting on the brakes. He's got a fire going. Gary Porter's going to take it away. Wow! After such a dominant performance, Dennis Anderson, in classic fashion, crashes his truck. Bloopy says, I'm a very small woman, but I really want to drive a monster truck. Being small is actually better for driving modern monster trucks. The seat design tracks to be so tight and it's very constricting. There's really no movement because it has to be the way they move around. It keeps you much safer that way. There's not, big guys have to have, like, the seats have to be kind of custom fitted to them. I mean, the seats are custom fit to all the drivers now. There's a lot of small women that are very popular drivers now. Monster Jam has a number of them. Rebecca Schnell on the Bigfoot team, very popular, all very small women. So I think there's more women drivers now than there's ever been. But I mean, going all the way back to the original Bigfoot, Marilyn Chandler, Bob Chandler's wife, would drive Bigfoot sometimes and drove Ms. Bigfoot, famous truck. Years later, Pam Vaughters in Boogie Van was a very famous driver I got to meet when I was in middle school. Certainly not unheard of. Just need to find someone with a monster truck to drive. They're more common than you might think. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, no, it was last week, it was last Friday, I'm going up to Limitless Wrestling in Maine. And on my way down to Connecticut to meet up with Johnny Torres, I drive from Massachusetts south to Connecticut, get in the car with Johnny Torres. We drive up to Maine together. That's just how we do it. I've driven to his house a few times a month, every month since 2017. And for the first time, I noticed in the backyard of a neighbor of his, maybe about a mile up the street, is a massive, technically a mega truck, not a monster truck. It's a different brand of motorsports. All right, we're gonna pause right there because we're gonna come back to our next event here in just a second. Let's there we go. Let me get it queued up for us here. Oh, Bloopy says I'm from Rhode Island. Oh, I can tell you where there's monster trucks in Rhode Island because I'm not far from there. I'm about 2 hours from Rhode Island myself. I live in the north end of Western Massachusetts, right up I-91. Here in beautiful South Deerfield, Massachusetts. I'm frequently referred to by announcers as the Deerfield Destroyer when I wrestle. I've wrestled in Rhode Island a fair bit, not in a couple of years, but I've wrestled in Rhode Island an awful lot. And if you ever get into the Connecticut, Massachusetts region or up into Maine, I wrestle there all the time. I wrestle just north of Rhode Island in it's right up the coast in Massachusetts, Amesbury, Mass, and Newbury, Mass. I wrestle for a company called Rad Pro Wrestling. But you wouldn't recognize me because I am not Perry Von Vicious when I wrestle there. When I'm there, I am the casual cyclist Fresh Youngman. It's a comedy company where everyone has a different persona, and that's the one I have there. Grizz, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Stay safe in the storm, and I'll probably see you Monday when I'm streaming, really, because we're all going to be snowed in. So, yeah. Adam desperately wants to see me wrestle. I'm never near where he is. We've talked about it. All right, let me get this queued up here. Which one are we looking at here? Oh yeah, we're taking a jump a couple of years forward. We were in 1989. We were in Louisville. We just watched Gary Porter take it away in Louisville on Tough Tracks. We are jumping ahead 3 years, 1992. The Penda Points series from Truck and Tractor Power. We are in Columbus, Ohio for day 2. We're going to take it away here.
More powerful than a locomotive. Able to jump dozens of cars in a single
Absolutely,
bound.
Adam. Please. It'd be great to have Ollie out here. When I was in college, my girlfriend at the time went to Johnson & Wales, so I'm very familiar with Rhode Island. I would go out and visit all the time. In fact, one of my dearest friends, professional wrestler Delmy Exo, who is married to my tag team partner Rip Bison, I helped train her. She's from Providence. Okay, I wrestled in Cranston, Rhode Island quite a bit. There was a company that used to be based there called XWA, and I would wrestle there. They had I want to say the show was free. They had a free show like every Thursday night. There was a period of time around 2017, 2018 I would drive down to Philadelphia. I would wrestle for CZW on a Wednesday night for their show. Thursday, I would wrestle in Cranston, Rhode Island for XWA. Friday, I would wrestle for NCW in Dedham, Massachusetts. And then Saturday and Sunday, I would wrestle for Pioneer Valley Pro out here in Western Mass and usually Blitzkrieg Pro in Connecticut. So I would have these 5-day loops where I would leave after work on a Wednesday and I would get home like really, really early Monday morning.
Technology out of California, the Custer shock absorbers were brought into the monster
It's possible that I have. It's possible that I have.
Out there trying to figure it out on their computer. Those boys out of Tennessee, they just sharpened their pencils and went to the pay window.
Well, Army, speaking of sharpening pencils,
the old four-wheel jamboree. And what they just brought this event back the last couple of years, and I want to get out to it. It's always in Indiana, if memory serves. And I'd love to go because it's a huge event with so many monster trucks and a lot of other events going on at it. It seems like a great time. But as with so many things, what ends up happening is I am booked to wrestle when the monster truck shows are going on. So I miss a lot of monster truck shows because I'm actively performing myself. Here we go, Barefoot. Now this was the first year that Barefoot switched over to a Dodge. Barefoot had been a Chevrolet forever. They switched over to Dodge this year, a really long wheelbase. One of the first trucks I ever saw that was a dual cab, too. That was not common in monster trucks then. We are seeing some of the first era of tube frame monster trucks. This is when they had first switched over from the classic leaf spring, just jack up a truck that you had till it was big enough. These were custom. Loopy 3000 says, do you do wrestling training? Not at the moment. I did a lot of training for folks when I lived in California. I was head trainer for a wrestling school out there. And when I moved back, because Delmy and her sister Ashley Vox, who is still based out of Providence and wrestles, because they were good friends of mine, me and my tag team partner would go out, and there was a wrestling school out there that let me use their space, and I helped them sort of, I didn't train them from the ground up, they had had some training previously, but I helped them sort of polish everything together, and now they've both been on national television. Delmy's wrestled in Japan and Germany. Delmy and Ashley have both been on TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW. Delmy's been WXW Women's Champion in Germany and the MLW Champion here in America on national television. They've done some amazing things. It makes me very proud to see what they've done.
You think they might be pulling our leg just a bit here? No, the snake bite?
TS Jeff. Oh yeah, the Hemi that was being run in that truck, unreal.
Our truck, is John Moore with the new sponsor of HP.
Yeah, I've got a lot of my dates ticking by on the screen just below me here. In case anyone's looking to see me, I have some dates I need to add. I'm going to be in Maine in March. Wrestling for Limitless, that's not on there yet, so I got to update that soon. And later in the year, I think the dates that are on there right now only go through like April, maybe. But later in the year, it's not fully confirmed yet, but your guy might be heading back to the land of the rising sun for a little bit. We'll see. Some things still being worked out, still being confirmed, but really hoping I get another visit to Japan in this year.
Well, call that. The excitement could be short-lived. You got Schaefer.
Here we go, Colt Cobra, the man himself.
He wants the right side.
Don't bother me at all, Army.
Now this is interesting because usually it's Gene Patterson under this mask when they call him Colt Cobra. I can tell as soon as I hear him talk and I see the height he is, I know who's under that mask, and it's not Gene Patterson. However, I am going to grab a quick screen grab from this because this is an image that I want on social media. All right, let's let him go.
Running that good?
Throw that on the socials, and then I'll catch right back up with the chat. Don't anybody leave me behind.
Brass Eagle snake bite here is running real good this weekend. We're looking to pull him off the lights, and we're going to carry it through all the way through the end.
A brash Colt Cobra. Now, I tell you what, if you don't believe in yourself, you don't belong in a race car. I think, he just, If he can back it up, he's going to be a hero.
This should be an interesting matchup. Eldon Depew in Taurus. He drives for his uncle, Jack Wilman Sr. And there is
We're
a look
not ignoring
at
you
the
all. I'll be
Gravedigger
there in just a moment.
1950
There we go.
Chevrolet panel truck. Haven't seen Dennis Anderson for a while. He is
So
the crowd
I'm
favorite.
fairly certain, Adam, based on the voice and the height, that was Andy Brass. Almost 100% certain of it.
Both of these guys love to fly their monster trucks.
Oh, what a pairing now. Gravedigger 3 and Taurus. And this era of Taurus, look at them. They are zipping across that line. All right, let me hop back in the chat here, see what we got going on. Japan, living the life I've always wanted to. Hey, I've led a very charmed life, and wrestling in Japan was a dream of mine. I got to go out there for 3 months, training with Tajiri and the Mentai Kid and Aso-san for Kyushu Pro Wrestling in Fukuoka, and performing for them. I did something like, I think I had 20 matches for them in 3 months. It was an incredible experience living in Japan and wrestling full-time. Omega Club 6 is in the house. Hey, glad to see you. How are you? We're watching some old school monster trucks here. We got 1992 Columbus, Ohio Penda Point Series monster trucks here. Here we see the legend himself, Dennis Anderson, who was the originator of the Gravedigger truck that is, to this day, kind of maybe the most well-known monster truck. To me, it's Bigfoot, but to a lot of people, it's Gravedigger. Bloopy says, I'm so jealous. That's amazing. It took a lot of work. It took a long time. I'd been wrestling for 16 years when I got my first tour of Japan, so it didn't happen right away. It took a long time. See, I did martial arts. I thought I'd do it for my whole life. Unfortunately, life hates me. Hey, I know for me, I'm not a young person anymore. I'm like one injury away from never wrestling again, It could happen at any minute, and with the way I wrestle, it probably should happen at any minute. I am a very large man. It doesn't necessarily read on the stream here. I am 6'3", 245 pounds. I've been known to throw hurricane ranas and drop kicks and dives out of the ring, the occasional moonsault. And by all accounts, I should have stopped wrestling, but I'm having some of the best matches of my career and having a blast, so I push on as I age. Rai says, no Perry injuries, please. I'm doing my best. I try. I do my best to not get hurt, and generally speaking, I've been very fortunate that way. I've had some injuries, but nothing more than my pride. See, Omega Club says, hell yeah, let's go. Can't wait to see you at Blitzkrieg. Hell yeah. I am psyched. February 21st, Westfield, Mass. Let's go. First defense of the Jensen Championship in 2026. Looking forward to it. That match being announced very soon. Keystone Cruncher, legendary truck. Tropical Thunder on screen now, a legendary truck.
The chassis engineering people who are known.
T.S. Jobber says, my analogy for most popular monster truck. Bigfoot was Hulk Hogan. Digger was Stone Cold. I think you're right. There's an argument in there that like Max D could be The Rock.
But basically they're in the stock location. The high tech this time should go to the far lane. Hey, but no, it's Nightmare.
Understand that. I was told that my spine should have broken during my martial arts years. I'm pretty sure my spine probably should have broken mine. For all I know, it is broken. I don't know. Judge theme show. Got to be bringing it down. Yeah.
I wonder if he ever runs into Lonnie Anderson.
I don't know, but you say Jupiter, Florida, I guarantee everybody in the world knows that's from
Now this Nightmare truck, I believe it has Nightmare 2 on it. I have my picture with that truck from just a little bit later than this era, maybe 4 years later than this. There's Andy Brass. Okay, so Andy Brass is not in the Colt Cobra hood. You're right. It probably is Gene Patterson because Andy's driving Bigfoot. And here we go. Here's the next. I believe this is Crusher 3. I think this is Carolina Crusher 3. Gary Porter, that beautiful tube frame. I think this is just before. No, I can't get a good look at it, but these were two of the trucks most famous for running the cantilever suspension in the back. It looks like, yeah, I see. Okay, Bigfoot does have the cantilever, which means almost certainly that Carolina Crusher's running it too. You can really tell because when they take off, the rear of the truck just dips. And that's because it's a very soft suspension on the rear.
Both lanes look to be pretty equal. Nobody's getting advantage.
I think this was Andy's last year in Bigfoot before he went over to Wildfoot. Yeah, I think you could be right. You could be right. Because he switched over to Wildfoot. Dan Runty would drive the Bigfoot Power Wheels. Was sort of like, that was sort of the trademark on this program. And Gene Patterson was in Snakebite as Colt Cobra.
Ohio State Fairgrounds in Columbus. We are getting ready now for round 2 competition.
I gotta tell you guys, I am so thrilled with how, see, on YouTube it's directly below me, and on Twitch it's up and over that way. The Perry Von Vicious logo on this stream, where I've matched the Bigfoot font, that took some work, and I'm so thrilled that it came out looking at. I keep looking down at my screen to see what the stream looks like. I'm thrilled with how that came out. I spent way more time on that than I should have. So if you like it, show me some of those Bigfoot emotes in the chat. Make it worth my while. Pontoon Beach, Illinois. Fred Schaefer in the Barefoot Dodge taking on Colt Cobra out of St. Louis, Missouri in Snakebite. I also remember Bigfoot and Gravedigger. Wow, Barefoot just smoked him. Holy moly. Yeah, I also remember Bigfoot and Gravedigger were always like the stars. They were the stars, you know? Yeah, I'm so thrilled with how my channel's coming together with all these doofy little monster truck references and the silly little alerts we have. You know, it's taken a long time to get here, right? I've been streaming about 3 years now, but I'm finally getting to a point where, like, I feel like I've got a good handle on what it is and what I want to do. And doing events like this where we watch old school monster trucks together, honestly, one of the best parts. Super cool, super fun. All right, we're on to the next round now. Nightmare and Bigfoot in round 2. My money's on Bigfoot here. It seems like kind of a given. Oh yeah. Wow, now he really aired it over that first set. Usually you wanna stay low on that first set so that you can really gun it through no man's land and launch off the second half. But Omega Club with the tier 1 subscription.
It's amazing how in this sport,
We got UHF.
they're starting to tweak the chances.
See if I can hear it.
Some guys run good one place, other guys.
It went away before I could hear it. I hope we all heard the UHF alert. Sometimes the alerts, the audio's a little wonky. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on it.
In the equalizer.
Thank you for the subscription, Omega Club 6. I appreciate it. Happy to have another one aboard. That's one sub down. I gotta start a tally because we got a sub goal. I hit 20 fresh subs. We are gonna do the fan meetup in Worcester for Monster Jam in May. Not sure which day yet, but we will do it. We will do it if we get up to 20. That is one down. Bloopy says, how often do I stream? I stream typically 3 nights a week, sometimes more, and occasionally less. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern is my standard setup. It's and I have a typical schedule. Mondays right now I'm playing Hollow Knight Silk Song, which has been incredible. A really great game that I knew nothing about going into it, but it was strongly recommended by my buddy Johnny Torres, and I've really been enjoying it. It's very challenging. I'm not a great gamer, so I've been really learning to be a gamer through this game. Tuesdays, I go between a lot of different... Hey, Bloopy 3000 with the sub. We're up to 2. Let's go. Thank you and welcome aboard, my friend. Who knows? You might end up at that Monster Jam meetup. We might have to have you make the drive from Rhode Island to Worcester. But hype train. We got a hype train. We never have a hype train. Let's go. Hell yeah! Thank you all. But what was I just talking about? I was in mid-thought and I got a subscription. All right, my streaming schedule. So Monday I've been playing Silk Song. Oh, you're in Colorado now. Well, it's a long trip, but maybe it's worth it. Thank you. I appreciate the subs from Omega Club and Bloopy 3000. I know a lot of the rest of us in the room right now are already subbed. Whoa! Both trucks real crooked at the end there. That was a crazy run. They're gonna show us a replay of that, I'm sure. But yeah, if we hit that 20 subs, 20 fresh subs, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the meetup. But again, I know that Nicka Beans and Rye and a lot of our other usual regulars are already subbed, and a lot of folks are already subbed because Nicka Beans and Rye were very generous with gift subs right before the holidays. So, of course, I appreciate all of you so much for all of the support. So Mondays I stream Hollow Knight Silk Song. Tuesdays I switch off what games I stream. I like to think of it as sort of my comfort food day. I often stream older video games that like I grew up with. Or I'll stream like monster truck games. I'll play BeamNG, which has a lot of great monster truck mods. I know we had one of our friends from Beam Motorsports was in the chat, and they did a great job designing a bunch of retro monster trucks in the game, including a Perry Von Vicious monster truck.
There's nothing wrong with it. There are dozens of us. Dozens!
New follower, welcome aboard, TS Jobber. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, big night here. We're getting all kinds of alerts. Yeah, so I'll play monster truck games because of course it's the brand. I'm the human monster truck Perry Von Vicious. My half human, half monster truck toys, showing exactly who I am deep down inside. And sometimes I'll play older games. I like to play the old N64 wrestling games. Those are a favorite. Sometimes I'll show like Japanese wrestling games, or I'll play like really like vintage games. I've played Tetris on stream before. I've played like bowling games, baseball games, like anything that's kind of like relax for a night and just chill with a video game.
So it's the who came in
make it a trip. I'd love a PVV fest. Yo, how sick would that be? It's gonna get tricky. Scheduling it is looking complicated, but I'm gonna make it happen if we hit that sub goal. And if we don't, we'll find another show. There's always more. There's always more. That said, I don't see Monster Jam listed for Gillette this year. I think they're just straight up skipping Gillette Stadium. It's got to have been a scheduling thing because it's been such a big hit there every year, but they're not listed this year. Because I had looked at that as a possible alternative, because that would have been pretty cool, because that's a big show. Wow. Man. Those trucks are zipping. Yeah, this Gravedigger 3 was an absolute killer. And Wednesday when I stream, I call it Workshop Wednesdays. I just showed one of my toys here on stream. I am and I make toys on stream. Sometimes I'm customizing retro monster truck toys.
Bobby, Al Yankovic blew his brains out in the late 80s after people stopped buying his records.
Take the bitter with the sweet. Just a case of not having enough air in that.
Thank you so much for the gift sub, man. We are crushing it here. That's 3 out of 20. I thought this would be a harder goal to hit, but being more than 10% of the way there. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Bloopy. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Nicka Beans and Rye, I believe of the folks in the chat currently, are the only two that have seen me wrestle in person. They are beloved members of the community at Pro Wrestling Grind, where Nicka Beans often is our ring gear person or possibly the ticket taker. Rye, she's our camera person, and they both do an incredible job for us. They've become a big part of that community, and they've seen. Is that a Spaceballs reference? You better believe it. Perry Von Vicious the movie, Perry Von Vicious the T-shirt, Perry Von Vicious the action figure. But Nicka Beans and Rye will both tell you that I take a lot of pride in my merchandising. I do my own shirt designs. Sometimes my wife does my shirt designs, and they're all very specific and meaningful designs to me. I have a lot of cool art. I have my, this is my human monster truck sticker that is designed to look exactly like the VHS cover of Return of the Monster Trucks, which was the first time I ever saw monster trucks. I was 2 years old, and a kid at my babysitter's brought the VHS. And I do make my own toys. I've done everything from play sets for Pro Wrestling Grind and Blitzkrieg Pro to action figures of myself and some of my fellow wrestlers.
Call 1-800-648-1008 or send check or money order for $24.95 plus $4 shipping and handling.
What was that? It's Perry. He's gone to plaid.
648-1008. And while you're ordering,
I love that they left one of the ads in here right at the end.
It's comfortable and stylish with Diamond P sleeve logo.
Hang on, let me back that up. What is this shirt of that they're advertising? Oh, it's a free shirt that you get with a Drag Racing Crashes VHS. Someone want to call that number and tell me if it's still active? I want merch now. Well, the good news is you can absolutely get merch. I do have online stores, and if you're looking for something like a toy, those you have to DM me on any of my socials for. You can follow me, and you should follow me on my socials. I think I'm a lot of fun across social media. Is that not my alert? Did I mistype it? Of course I mistyped it. Socials. I was an English major. I shouldn't have errors like that. What is going on? Okay, hang on. Everybody hang tight. No, I don't have an alert set up for it. Sorry, I had to look at my alerts. But I do have a merch alert, I believe. Or at least some kind of store alert. I'd better, right? Like YouTube, vlog, toy making, Torres, Rad, Grizz, Grind. Wow, no, I didn't make one for that. Well, it's going to come up. Nightbot is going to throw it in there. I do have online stores. I'm at Perry Von Vicious on all socials, and I do have links to all of my toys, or all of my merch stores in my socials. Super easy to find. I have a crazy, me fail English? That's impossible. I have a crazy collection of t-shirt varieties, toys that can be ordered, stickers, depending on which store. You can get them as like mugs and stuff. Oh, you were also an English major. Hell yeah. You wouldn't know it now because my typing has just gotten terrible. So it always makes it look like I'm practically illiterate. But I was an English major, graduated with a 4.0 from UMass Amherst, with a minor in Shakespeare, of all things. All right. We got time for at least one more. Oh, wait, it's only 10:30? Yeah, we got time for one more. Okay, we are going to go. This is going to be real special because this is weird. So there was a very short-lived series in the 90s. This is from, let me get the year. Let me look up the year. I want to say it's like 94 probably. 1993. This is episode 1 of a very short-lived series that had its own toy line based off of it. One of my favorite toy lines, a very rare set of toys now. This is a show called Monster Wars. And I know Adam NX67 just popped when I said that. This show has characters based on all the trucks that are like costumed characters that cut wrestling style promos on each other before the races. I've never seen a full episode of this until last night when I pulled this up to preview it before the show. Episode 1 also takes place at West Lebanon Valley, one of the places I got to see monster trucks a lot when I was a kid in Lebanon Valley, New York. So we're gonna bring that up now. This is episode 1 of Monster Wars, and if ever there was something on TV that was made just for me, it's this goofy, weird Saturday morning style, very cartoony, over the top monster truck presentation. So let's dive in.
Are you ready for real excitement? Blood churning, heart bumping, ultra action? Well, this isn't just a sports show, it's war. Monster War!
It's a little quiet, but not much I can do about that. I got it cranked, so. Look at these characters. That's Gravedigger. Now, I was at a taping for this when I was a kid, but I never got to see the episode, so maybe I'll see it here as we make our way through this in future watch-alongs. Omega Club 6 says, you ready for the snow? Hey, sometimes the human monster truck has to turn into the human snowplow. Keep your eye on my socials. I love posting time lapses of snow blowing the driveway. They get crazy views, more than anything else I make. Like, I've had videos of my snow, like time lapses of snow. Missy Hyatt? Who is this?
This is Monster Wars. Whatever
Tell me you can all hear this.
Of monster truck racing, it's about to change in a big way. The U.S. Hot Rod Association has created the ultimate TV sport for viewers of all ages. As a matter of fact, there's enough competition, action,
I love that
and
it keeps,
drama in the next
it's like
hour
a
to
crappy
rival
old
the Indy
VHS. I
500,
love this.
The World Series and the NBA playoffs combined. I like to
my snowblower time lapses sometimes get like north of 250,000 views on socials. I don't know. I guess it's like one of those oddly satisfying video things to just see the snow just chip away off of the thing, but weird. I do have chickens. Yes, I have 5 chickens and 3 cats. 5 chickens are all named after various things you will find in the Disney parks, and the 3 cats are, they might as well not have names because they're all big dummies. 5 cats and 8 chickens. Well, you got me beat, but it's a similar ratio.
In a third yard. Folks, that's 1,704 inches. We're talking 4,328.16 centimeters. By any measure, it's the longest
this segment
on the Monster Wars circuit, but
this feels like a cutaway on like Bill Nye or something.
Speeds of over 60 miles per hour, and then they're going to take flight.
Oh, I see. Some are barn cats. Well, barn cats are fun too. They're their own kind of fun. We have at least one cat that came to us essentially feral, who is now the dumbest, cuddliest idiot cat you've ever met in your life. Just laid back and just fluffy and stupid. Okay, T.S. Jobber was at this race. Let's go. Then you have tuned into the stream of streams. Can you believe it? Let's go. Bill. Nice, I'm in Chicopee. They said a possible 2 feet of snow. Yeah, up here in Deerfield, we're hearing somewhere between, 18 to 24 inches. Probably going to have to snow blow the driveway a couple times. I don't see getting that done in one run. Going to be quite the weekend.
This is it, Invader. Our very first meeting of the season. And you can bet that this will also be our last. Eat my space.
This is amazing.
Predator. You have made a mistake of galactic proportions. You're lucky you have 9 lives, because you're about to lose one now. Get ready to go down in history as the first loser on Monster Wars.
This is amazing. That guy was like Ultimate Warrior meets Wolverine or something. I love this look on Invader. And the toy of both of these trucks, they're beautiful. We actually looked at them last week. The Monster Wars series was featured when we went over my Matchbox Superchargers toys, because they were the same molds. They were essentially the follow-up to that line. And both of these were in there, and they were gorgeous. Gorgeous toys. The Invader one in particular, the colors are so vibrant, that pink and the yellow, really, really nice. I can go on and on about toys, and anyone who watched the stream last week, where I went through my favorite toy line of all time, definitely knows I can go on and on about toys.
Now we're going to take you for a ride inside the cab of the most feared monster truck in the world today, the
Let's see, what are the new kids on the block think? Can I go on and on about toys? New kids liking the monster truck show? Got to get all 5 of the guys up here. How's that reading on stream? We got them all on the screen? Yeah, looking good.
What faces the monsters here? Only one of the most challenging horses we'll see all year long. And the Goodyear trackbacks tell the story. It all starts on the starting line right here with a great hole shot for each one of these monsters. That will take them over
This
the
I love the in-depth coverage they give of how this stuff
and
works.
then it's down on the ground as quickly as possible to gain speed on this 142-foot straightaway.
Wait,
and line up
Skeletor?
perfectly for this. Our
Gravedigger
second set of
promo.
cars. A good leap here will take them over
Whoa,
the
it's
finish
Master
line.
Chief.
And
I'm just getting caught up on the
across
chats
finish
now.
line first. This is what the track looks like from the driver's point of view. As we get set for round number 1, race number 2. Our combatants today, Dennis Anderson driving the
Who's
Gravedigger
Dennis?
out
Getting
of
a little bit
Philadelphia,
older.
North Carolina. He qualified second.
Bob
He goes
Fisher
against
in UFO. UFO used to come around the Springfield Civic Center when I was a kid.
Bob Fisher.
He would be on the smaller circuits, so I definitely saw this truck a lot as a kid. This one and Liquidator would usually be touring together.
Signaling he's ready. Ever wonder what's going through a monster truck driver's mind, what he has to think about? Let's go inside the digger now with Dennis and find out.
Oh, we're going to do a ride-along. Here we go. Oh, he's talking.
But he's not real fast. So we'll see what we can do with him.
Mic'd up like Jose Zamora.
Ready to go, Bob?
There goes the digger going against UFO. He opens up the lead here. Look at him go, digger. Over the set of cars and to the win. Gravedigger gets an easy
Such a
win.
different era of monster trucks.
UFO 9.16.
That was a power puff run, man.
There it is. T.S. Jobber, I saw you say it in the chat, and I knew it was coming, so I laid back, and we got it. That was a powder puff run, man. That's the line, right? That's the one you were thinking of?
There it goes, the win for Dennis Anderson. Now the ISOCAM picks up the Gravedigger. And watch the shocks on this thing. Just one little
I believe this is still Gravedigger 3. This was when he had switched over to the sort of more round-style Goodyear tires. Well, that's not the best one. Oh, man.
Back into the pits where Jim Davidson has more with the Gravedigger.
Dennis Anderson, a great ride against UFO. Take me and everybody else through that run with the Gravedigger.
Well, man, we pulled up to the line, and hey, it felt great. I wanted to check out that right lane. I ran the left lane before. The ramps felt good. I think if I hit them faster, the truck's going to land a lot smoother.
Tell me which lane is working out better.
Right now, I feel like the left lane was a little smoother. And what I'll do is I'll have lane choice. I'm going to switch back, and I'll try the left lane depending on who I get next. I feel like if I can put him away pretty easy, I'm going to jump back in that left lane and really make it on mine then.
You sounded pretty confident tonight.
Well, I don't know. You know, the truck's working great. And, hey, we just got to try it, man. We're going to go all the way to the finals here. If we can pull it off, we pull it off. If we don't, there'll be another week.
Yeah, but Dennis, there are 8
Hang on. I'm going to back up because I saw the screen grab of screen grabs here. When they get the little graphic down there, I want this screen grab of Dennis Anderson. I'm going to put it up on the socials.
I think if I hit them faster, the truck's going to land a lot smoother.
Tell me which lane is working
Regular
out better.
viewers know I occasionally pause to...
I feel like the left...
That was almost it. Hang on. Let's get a good... That's the... Yeah, oh, no. Text isn't quite in yet. Now it's gone. There we go. Let's just get him making a funny face. All right. We're going to steal that and put that out on the socials. Okay.
Right now, I feel like the left lane was a little smoother. And what I'll do is I'll have lane choice. I'm going to switch back, and I'll try the left lane depending on who I get next. I feel like if I can put him away pretty easy, I'm going to jump back in that left lane and really make it on mine then.
You sounded pretty confident tonight.
Well, I don't know. You know, the truck's working great. And, hey, we just got to try it, man. We're going to go all the way to the finals here. If we can pull it off, we pull it off. If we don't, there'll be another week.
Yeah, but Dennis, there are 8 other trucks standing in your way to victory here tonight. Now, our next matchup hits 2 great monster trucks, guys that are veterans of the sport and know what it's all about.
All right, there's that Barefoot Dodge coming up against David Morris and the Equalizer. Still with the Equalizer team in 93 here. Two legends in the sport for sure.
With a time of 7 seconds. Fred Schaefer, the granddaddy of them all. He started one of the original monster trucks and has been running them since the mid-70s.
Absolute OG in monster trucks.
And this is what they have.
Almost as good as 50 Cal's mullet, that's right.
Up in the upper right-hand corner for the start.
And there we go.
It's my 50 cal flex.
Barefoot.
Wow.
Side by
Wow.
side, Barefoot has some problems.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know Adam NX67 saw it. I think our legend, our experienced driver, Fred Schaefer, I don't think he got both tires up that ramp.
I'm not sure he did it there.
I think that's a DQ. I think even in 93, that's still a DQ.
He did not do it.
Yeah, that's definitely not. That's a DQ.
The tire was not on the cars. They're going to call that a minor infraction.
Yeah, I think so.
The United States Hot Rod Association has ruled that a minor infraction. Fred Schaefer loses it, and this is where it happens. Look, he goes off to the side. The tire's not on the ramp. He straightens up here, but it's too late. He must have approached that ramp with both tires over the cars. Equalizer.
1993. I would have been in the 3rd grade that year. Because once again, I am an old man. I'm a very old man. Feel older every day. Yeah, that bounce in no man's land. Oh, okay. I have this figure.
I like to win fair and square. So here's some advice, Barefoot. Next time, keep your wheels on the ground and give the equalizer an opportunity to beat you in a test that's just and true. I'll be waiting for my chance at a rematch.
That's amazing.
Completed 3 races thus
those who watched the stream last week where I was showing the toys from this, the 1/24th scale toys from it came with little action figures of these characters. I still have the Equalizer figure in my Equalizer truck. Bloopy 3000 says, I wasn't born in 93, but my brother was.
Predator and
I'm so
Gravedigger
old.
will definitely be back, but Invader and UFO, both losers.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine that I'm old. I'm you know. Okay, see, Omega Club was 6 in 93. I would have been 8, so we're pretty close.
Little truckers, it's time the rookies get rocked right out of this race. Monster Patrol, you won't know which way is up when I'm through with you. And the proof, it's in the pounding. Yeah!
Let's go.
The big monster truck out of Wadesboro, North
Carolina. Let's go, Carolina Crusher.
For round number 1.
I am Bloopy. I will say I am frequently told that I look much younger than I am, and I appreciate it. I believe it's a combination of being a lifelong straight edge, hydrating well, and not getting too much sun. Probably it.
A little bit of a problem here with the monsters because he's used to mud racing.
Okay, we got Monster Patrol back when Paul Schaefer was still driving. Everyone thinks I'm 18. I'm 10 years older. I mean, 28 is still pretty young. And 18-year-olds to me look like children.
And he has a camera inside the truck, so let's go inside.
We're riding with Gary Porter now, the soft-spoken gentleman of motorsports.
There we go, green light. Gary Porter takes us for a ride. And Monster Patrol has some problems.
Oh yeah, not even close. Not even close.
Never could correct it. Gary Porter has an easy win. 7 points.
Adam NX67 says, if I shave, I get carded. When I was a graduate school, everyone thought I was a freshman. Yeah. I have not been clean shaven in a very long time. Like I've been bearded now for over a decade. And if it's trimmed way down, I look younger. If I shave it off entirely, I look older. So this is like the happy medium, although if I leaned in close enough, you would see I think I've got like 2 gray hairs in it now. Which is a lot to think about. Now, interestingly, we see Gary Porter, Carolina Crusher, the very forward-thinking truck design here. He's got the tube design truck with the cantilever suspension on the rear. Still has a front engine design, less and less common as time went on, and still has the driver side seating, not center seating. That went away pretty quickly after this. I believe Bigfoot was already center seat by this time.
Okay, you're getting as much speed as possible in between the first set of cars and the
Yeah, that promo was amazing, Omega Club 6. Like, I think every wrestler should have to watch that in promo class. That was outstanding.
Are you going to get the full throttle?
Bloopy says, I don't drink, so no karting for me. Same. Like I said, lifelong straight edge. So I've never drank. I've never done drugs. You know, all CM punked out or whatever, however we want to describe that. But my reasoning is far nerdier than most. I've talked about it on the stream before. I know it's it gave a great laugh to Nika Beans, I believe, when I said it. But when I was in high school, and still to this day, my #1 hero in the entire world is Weird Al Yankovic. In fact, I keep just right here on the other side of my webcam, I keep my autographed Weird Al picture all the time. It's always here. And I found out around 1999 that he'd never drank and never done drugs. And I figured if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. The best thing I could ever be is to be like Weird Al. Now, let's see if I can get this back on the wall. Yeah, that seems like it's probably on the wall. It might fall, but that's okay. I've had that autographed picture since 1999. So it's lasted through moves across the country for when I lived in California, all over. So another one rides the bus, indeed. Yo, no, hang on. I'm on this. Yeah, another one rides the bus, indeed. There we go. Dropping it in the chat. There's the bus we all ride.
Monster truck, biggest, baddest fan
What is going on in this promo? Why is this like announcer guy being creepy to this poor woman?
Monster truck map of Debbie. This is the monster truck shows that I've been to this year.
No. Deb's monster truck venue map. Deb, you've been to all these places marked in blue?
Every one of them marked in blue.
That's very impressive.
That is impressive.
Monster trucks. Biggest fan.
Hi there.
It's time to back up,
please.
This is incredible content.
He knows her name.
I'm fan, I tell you. I'm a big
First
one
didn't
here.
drink Christianity, then I got sick, chemo. Oh wow, chemo and alcohol don't mix. Wow, so now it's a mix of both. Wow. Well, hey, you know, glad you're doing better now. Wow.
One of those, and
that's a lot.
there was Predator on it.
Like I said, my reason's more nerdy than anything. Weird Al. And that was where it started. And then sometime Omega Club, it was great seeing you. Thank you so much for subbing. Thank you for enjoying some monster trucks with us. Hope I see you back again soon. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. I'll be here. This Monday, you'll be snowed in. I'll see you there. Loopy says I'm not, but that's okay. Well, I hope that you get better. You know? Everything's about the long game. Sometimes all it takes is sticking around long enough for things to get better.
Race number 5, our 5th and final race of this round.
Oh, Tropical Thunder's on the card. Wayne Smozanik and Tropical Thunder. I didn't realize he was on the show here. Eldon Depew in Taurus. We don't get Jackie Willman Jr. on this one. We got Eldon Depew sitting in Taurus.
In qualifying. Now, it's very, very important to note that all of
this was the era when I first saw Taurus live, because he had switched over to this black and gold look.
Fast losers will come back. And here goes Taurus with a great hole shot again. This is where it's all being won here at Lebanon Valley.
Yeah, left him behind. Wow, smoked him in that one.
Taurus gets the win 7.85.
See, it's chronic. It's been almost 11 years. Never go away. I'm just used to it now.
Qualifying time. Wayne Smozanik is just not happy.
You know, I'm glad that it's a thing that you feel you can joke about and that you've made it through this far, because the most difficult things, if you can overcome them to where you can live with them, you know, that says a lot about a person. So I appreciate that, and I'm glad you're here.
This Wrangler hit pay dirt, yeah! Tropical Thunder venture over them there hills. Try raining on somebody else's parade. Taurus kicked your gas.
Round one's over, but the
what was that Zorro ass promo?
Look at which trucks advance to round 2.
Amazing.
Crusher,
Amazing.
Equalizer, Taurus, Predator, and
Wow.
Gravedigger.
They gave you a
were all
month with
victorious in the first
0% chance to make it
round,
this far,
adding
and you're
10
here
points
on
each
my
to their
stream
qualifying scores and automatically
in
advancing to the
defiance
next round.
of the
Now,
experts.
here are those
Hell
winners,
yeah, let's
each
go.
earning only an additional
That's what I'm
5
talking
points
about.
for their efforts. Barefoot 7.1.
Of course, I'm saying that as Bloopy gets
ad.
ad.
Win if only he'd stayed on the course. At least he'll advance.
Bloopy doesn't have
along
ads.
with the other
Bloopy
two
subscribed.
fastest losers, UFO and Invader. From here on in, winning is all that counts.
Well known
There's
in the
no
cancer
second
universe.
chance for
Really?
losers of our next races. So you know these mean machines
me.
will be putting it all on the
Really?
line.
Are you a celebrity in those circles? I want to know a little bit more about that. That's very interesting.
UFO, Gravedigger and
Without getting too specific, I do have a family member who is in that battle currently, and it's been a difficult time.
Barefoot will be trying to make up for
I really
his
don't
year's
talk about it, but
qualification in their first meeting.
yeah,
The
it's been a
Monsters are staging
long,
for round 2, so let's
gosh,
send it back out.
over a year now. Well known by doctors because I should be dead. Wow. Wow. Well, I assume they must be really happy to see you.
Right now, Barefoot and Equalizer. Let's see what
Maybe
makes
on
them fit.
Insta I can give you more
The
details.
Barefoot
Yeah,
Dodge, the
absolutely,
world
absolutely.
champion, is powered by Keith Black Hemi Dodge,
I'll hit you
putting out
back.
1,500 horsepower. The Chevy Equalizer, powered by 1,200.
When this event rolls out, I think we're going to be reaching just well. Let's see how much is left on this. Yeah, when this one wraps up, we might be getting toward the end of the stream, and we will definitely raid somebody. There's a few different channels we can look at for that, and we'll talk about it. Well, maybe I'll put a poll in the chat.
It's not going to matter, though, because it's my destiny to defeat you.
Because there's some great stuff going. These promos are incredible.
That I vow.
Incredible promos.
The trucks are staged for race number
Here we go.
1 of
Barefoot
round number 2.
Equalizer.
Barefoot and Equalizer, green light, there
We've
they
seen this
go.
pairing a few times on the shows we've watched.
From the very start, and
Wow.
Equalizer opens
Wow,
up the
Barefoot,
road for the win.
apart from round 1 where he missed the front of that jump, seemed unbeatable here.
10.66 for Barefoot. Fred Schaefer has all
Equalizer
sorts
with
of
the...
problems.
It's
Maybe
right, that's a
what's
Captain
reminding
America
him from
knockoff
an
character,
earlier
isn't it?
infraction. Maybe he wanted to make sure he stayed on the track. Maybe it was a power problem. I don't know what was going on, but definitely Barefoot did not have things ready and dialed in for this matchup with the Equalizer. He not only didn't get any air, he's crawling over the cars. And David Morse gets the first win of the night in that very tough left-hand lane. He's down in the pits with Jim Davidson.
David Morris, did you figure out something a lot of people have been trying to do? Is that left lane better than the right lane?
The left lane is definitely better than the right because the right one's on an angle because of the way the track's built. So if I had my choice, I'd like to be in that left
Writing an
lane.
autobiography of my English degree will finally be put to good use. Hell yeah.
Tell me about the run.
I know it's over. It's definitely one that's over talked about in the cancer circles, but I absolutely adore the work of the Green brothers, the Vlog brothers. So the work of John Green, obviously there's The Fault in Our Stars being the one that everyone knows. Adored that, but I love all of his work, everything Crash Course, all the different channels that he runs, all the charities he works with. I thought his podcast turned book, The Anthropocene Reviewed, was one of the most beautiful things I've ever read and heard. And then, of course, his brother, Hank Green, got cancer just a couple years ago. He's now been in remission for a couple years, thankfully, but he did a whole stand-up special about it. So really, those for a long time were my glimpse into that world. Now I'm getting a more close-up glimpse from a very different lens. That book is so accurate, it makes me mad.
Wild action between Carolina Crusher
It's so accurate it makes me mad. I would love to know more about that too.
Weighing in at the minimum 10,000 pounds. He's right on the money.
Wow.
Pushing out over 1,200 horses. The Carolina
That's right. They had a
Crusher
minimum weight
also
for the trucks
very,
back then.
very
If you were
light
under
truck and
10,000
modern
pounds, you
truck.
couldn't
He's putting out
compete
1,400
because they thought it was
Gary
unfair.
Porter
I don't
up
think they
inside
bother
the
with any of that
cockpit
anymore.
with
All right,
you
let's
as he
see.
calls the race.
X Enigma 1023 on YouTube. Hey Perry, first live stream. This is so cool. Wrestler, I enjoy watching what he likes. Same era of monster trucks as I do. Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, no, I love monster trucks.
Now the U.S. Hot Rod official gives a thumbs up to both drivers.
Apparently my watch-along paused at some point over there. But yeah, love monster trucks. It's not just a gimmick. Absolutely who I am. Happy to have you aboard as well. Sorry if I didn't catch the chat right away. The YouTube chat's a little bit further away from me than the Twitch chat. DM me about it. Yeah, absolutely. I will.
And the official U.S. Hot Rod Association results.
I even, you know, this is a weird thing to say. I like how this video shakes because it's clearly from an old VHS. It really feels like my childhood. Like this was how I watched 90% of monster trucks. My uncle Tony, who drove stock cars, he raced stock cars for, gosh, like 6 decades. He had like the good channels where he lived, and he watched tons of motorsports because he worked in the field, and he would record all the monster truck stuff. And once every few months I would get like 2 or 3 tapes with like 4 hours each of monster truck shows on them when I was a little kid. I actually think I just found some of those in a box from my parents, so we may do a VHS watch along soon because I do have the things set up so that I can stream from my VCR to the computer. So we might have to do an old school VHS watch along, like keep all the commercials in from the videos. The thing I'm really looking forward to is somewhere buried in those videos are the camcorder tapes from when a young middle school aged Perry was doing backyard wrestling with his friends. And I'd love for people to see, 13-year-old Perry throwing power bombs like he does today and jumping off his garage roof with elbow drops and stuff. Whoa. So, Predator with the better time. Were both tires on the front of that ramp, or did he get DQ'd? He did get DQ'd. UFO moving on. All right, let's go. Wow, yeah, way off there. Rough going there.
This shows you what happened. He got thrown off to the left.
Enigma 1023 on YouTube says, I used to watch monster trucks the same way. My dad recorded a bunch of the old shows and had some old store-bought VHS tapes. My dad also raced stock cars when I was a kid. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. That's awesome. Are you local, Enigma? Are you in the New England area? Are you someone who I see at shows frequently? Because we'll have to talk about this. See, in the Twitch chat, TS Jobber says, my stepdad ingratiated himself to me and my sister by making VHS mixtapes when he started dating my mom, as we didn't have cable. They'd always be half monster truck shows. Let's go. That's awesome. Oh, man.
I'm dead set on winning today. No bones about it.
I've got more staying power than
Look at these promos. I can't get enough of these. This is incredible.
When our worlds collide, it will be devastating.
Invader, it'll be a cold day in hell when you're able to defeat me.
That was so sick.
For this round to determine
that was so sick.
Semi-final action.
Okay, no, you live in Indiana? Well, hey, at some point I got to get back out to Indiana and go to the Monster Truck Hall of Fame and Museum again. So when I do, if you're anywhere near Butler, Indiana, we gotta cross paths. We gotta see some monster trucks together. Maybe I'll wrestle out there. Let's. You have a favorite wrestling promotion out that way that I should hit up? Maybe land myself a booking. Oh, there's a Hall of Fame, Bloopy. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find my pictures from the last time I went, and I'll bring them up on screen. May take me just a minute. But yeah, there is a Hall of Fame, and they have all kinds of totally awesome restored old school monster trucks set up. I'm not in it yet. No, I'm not in the Hall of Fame yet. Let me know. I'm in Cleveland, and it's been years. Oh, yeah, hey. So in Cleveland, I was actually there, and I saw I don't know if you're aware. Okay, hang on. We're taking a total detour here. We're taking a total detour while this goes on, and I'm going to talk over it, and I'm not even going to watch it, because when it comes to Cleveland and monster trucks, you have one of the coolest things. There's a guy in Cleveland named Tim Willis who is a sort of an outsider artist, and his chosen art form is painting monster trucks. And he has a piece of property he bought in Cleveland in a residential neighborhood where there is no house on the lot, and it's just in the middle of all these other homes, and on the lot he just has monster trucks parked everywhere, where he has painted them. And I got to visit it just a couple years ago. It's going to take me some serious scrolling to get to it, but I am going to find it. Let's see, maybe it'll be faster here.
I've always done wild stunts, drove wild. Guess it's in my blood. I've been like that all my life.
Here we go. I found it. Okay.
I've got a reputation to live.
We're going to pause. I'm going to bring this in because this was so cool. I was in Cleveland for something at the time, my shoot job that I had. And I found this just in a dude's yard. There's monster trucks just parked out in this guy's yard. And the guy was super cool and invited me to come see him. And he had like a bunch. And so it was just me. There was no one there. He wasn't even there. And so I was setting my camera on a tripod after taking an Uber across town by myself in this neighborhood and taking pictures with all the crazy giant trucks that he had there. These weird, like, mutant vehicles. And there were more, hang on, because he had 2 Transformers as well. He had this double-headed dragon Transformer, check that out. And then he also had this massive Transformer with like a spiky bat and a demon dog. Like, this stuff's just sitting in a neighborhood there. How crazy is that, right? Like, unreal. All right. Back to the show.
Live up to, so I'm gonna be the wild man out here.
But yeah, totally wild to have found that. Bloopy says I'm way closer to Indiana than Mass right now. So maybe we got to make an Indiana appearance happen. I finally understand why people like cars. You know, the thing is, like, I never considered myself a car person. Like, day to day, my wife and I, our normal like daily driver is a little hatchback Toyota Yaris from like 2007. It's not anything amazing. But these older vehicles, there's like an art to them. I really like that a lot. Like Gravedigger, you see on screen here, like he's so custom painted and like, yeah, look at that. Like that's a piece of art, and that's what I like. It's one of the reasons that I like monster trucks so much is like the showmanship. There's a performance to it, kind of like wrestling. Now, the Yaris is our normal daily driver, but my truck is a special vehicle. I'm going to pull it up because I know there's a picture of this on here. My truck is a little older than I am. I drive a 1981 Volkswagen Rabbit pickup. Yeah, here's the picture.
So began his career of burying the competition. So they went and pinned you as
this is my little bitty truck that I tower over. It is a diesel-powered, front-wheel drive, tiny little truck with a full-size truck bed. You can fit a full sheet of plywood in there, and it gets 63 miles to the gallon. So not exactly what you would expect from the human monster truck with this little bitty thing. But when I drive that to shows, people get a real kick out of it. Because when I stand up out of it, it's sort of a clown car thing going on. Let's see, Enigma 1023 over on the YouTube says, I don't know how many promotions there are in Indiana, but I know of Black Label Pro. I have worked for Black Label Pro in the past, so not undoable. That's in Cedar Point, Indiana. And Naptown All Pro in Indianapolis. I love Indianapolis. Great city. I am going to make a note of those in my phone because I am not averse to reaching out to those promotions and seeing if we can put something together to get more of the crew to get to come hang out. Speaking of, We do have a sub goal that we're working toward. 20 subs, 20 fresh new subs on the channel here. And I will be having a meetup at Monster Jam in Worcester, Mass in May.
Treated to a monster show. We are ready to go. Gravedigger Dennis Anderson going up against Bob Fisher.
Naptown All-Pro in Indianapolis. And Black Label Pro in Crown Point, Indiana. Okay. I also have, there's a couple Chicago promotions that I may be working for this year. And just last year, I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for a promotion called We Love Wrestling and had a really good time there. So I could see it in the cards that I would come back for them as well. Whoa, uh-oh. Came back to the action just in time. Dennis, classic Gravedigger, puts it on its lid in Lebanon Valley. I've seen Gravedigger roll in Lebanon Valley. It was the first monster truck roll I ever saw.
To make sure that Dennis is okay. Bob Fisher runs over. This is what happened. The digger, an easy
Wow.
win. And then something happened. The rear end of the truck just swung around. Came over.
2016 Ford Expedition, and you like driving, so you'd make the trek. You'd make the trek for sure, Bloopy.
The Gravedigger is on its side.
Wow.
The safety officials are checking
Heck
Dennis
of a roll.
out. And let's see, is everything all right? Here comes the wild man.
Dennis comes out the windshield rather than out the side window. How many times do you think cumulatively he rolled over in Gravedigger? Because I know it's a lot. Like, it was a lot before rolling over was common.
I tell you, man, I was kind of worried about that right-hand lane. You know, I slowed down a little bit there. UFO caught up. I went ahead and pinned that big motor.
You know, he got the win, though, and I assume this is the finals, right? It's toward the end of the episode. Adam in X67 says, so I finally figured out who the lady host is. Oh, okay. Apparently that's Luann Lee. Oh, she was on Married with Children. An appearance on Beverly Hills Cop 2. Wow. Wow. What a career. Did all that and got to be a host on Monster Wars.
What athletes these guys are. Take a look at this ride from Dennis's perspective.
Whoa, baby. Yeah, we turned her over. She's over. That's what the people want. That's what they got. I got a tore-up truck.
Okay, that's the line, right? That's the line we were waiting for, TS Jobber? That's the line, right?
Oh, I may be in grave trouble.
I'm sick. If anyone watching on the Twitch stream feels like clipping that, I think that's one worth keeping.
Whoever dares challenge, Gravedigger.
Man, these guys are jacked. It's got to be pro wrestlers under those costumes, right?
Can he get it going?
Totally Skeletor.
The digger starts and the crowd goes nuts. But the question is, can he get the truck?
We nailed one of the clip commands.
If not, UFO will
Bobby Gilbert's not even here. Monster Truck obsessed Bobby Gilbert, a frequent visitor to the streams here. Not here on Monster Truck night. He's probably got something else going on. Busy guy maybe. I don't know. Who knows what he's up to? Maybe he's streaming. No, he's not streaming tonight. Well, that was only the semis?
A face-off against someone I thought was my friend. Well, I hope you cooperate and allow me to fulfill my destiny. But now I'll have to bring an end to your outlaw ways.
Nothing spurs me on more than defeating you, Equalizer. The next frontier for me is the finals. I've got a bullet with your name on it, and I'm gonna shoot to kill.
Let's do it, cowboy.
Wow.
We are staged.
Wow.
It's race time.
Incredible.
Taurus and Equalizer and Taurus side by side. They come up.
These guys,
Straightaway time, and Taurus gets the win.
those guys were all messed up over that track.
Handling problems. 7.03 for Taurus, 7.33 for Equalizer.
Equalizer was doing well here. He had no problems.
He was doing okay. A little too much over that one.
Bounced around a little bit. The rear end bottomed out, and that threw him sideways.
Rough go of it there.
He moves on to the finals. Does Eldon Depew have this track figured out or what? That right-hand lane, he seems to have owned it all night long. Torres, what a great job of driving, and he knows he's
There's
in the
clip.
finals. But who's he gonna
Thanks,
face?
Bloopy. Hell yeah.
UFO,
Let's go.
And that would be an easy win.
Bloopy's gonna end up with I'm gonna end up making a Nightbot command for Bloopy.
Working on that truck back in the pits, trying to get it ready. Everybody's helping him out. Can the Gravedigger answer the call?
Wait,
We'll find
after a rollover, they're gonna see Gravedigger might still run in the finals after that rollover. I feel like that's something they didn't do in this era. I feel like the roll cages were compromised after one roll back then.
Down off the ramp, he was in great shape. A typical Dennis Anderson run. He was really putting on a show for the
It is a typical Dennis Anderson run. He rolled the truck.
Whirly here at the end. All four wheels came down. Shot in front of UFO.
That's it. I'm out of iced coffee, you guys. And no finer time to be out of iced coffee than just a little after 11 p.m.
Dennis Anderson coming back.
Clipped for people for years. Well, hell yeah. Well, I'm glad to have you aboard because I need people assisting and helping. I don't know. This is like the genesis of Dennis realizing crashing can make more money. Oh, so he's the one who... No, I know he's the one who ruined it for everyone. Yeah, this would have been right around the time when I was real little at this point, and I remember like I saw a Mudbogger rollover. It was the first rollover I'd ever seen, and then like a couple months later, I saw one of the trucks in the Tough Truck competition rollover, and every time it was the highlight of the weekend. And I remember telling my dad, like, oh, if I ever grew up to drive a monster truck, I think I'd roll it over on purpose every show. And he was horrified at that idea. Rightfully so, as a mechanical engineer. He should be horrified at that. Wow, Gravedigger looks like it's held together with Scotch tape. Look at that. Holy crap. But now that's the business model. They like they have planned rollovers in Monster Jam.
I've risen from the deepest, darkest depths of
Yeah, I think you're right. I think by this era, maybe USA 1 might have had a tie with Gravedigger for most rollovers. Wow, so there it is. Episode 1, Gravedigger takes it all, huh? Well, he earned it. He earned it rolling it over early on like that. Holy cow. Okay, yeah, Enigma over on YouTube is fairly certain it was indie wrestlers that were doing a lot of the characters on this. I think it'd be interesting to find out who, because a lot of them we'd probably recognize. Gravedigger got the red-green treatment, duct tape and baling wire. Hey, keep your stick on the ice. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. I know me some red-green. I know what's up. We've talked red-green on the chat before.
It's been a great night for us.
I appreciate it, Bloopy.
It's cool.
Hell
man. I
yeah.
love it.
Hollywood could not have come up with a more
Adam NX67 bringing some good folks aboard. I appreciate it. See, if you dig around any of the old school groups on Facebook, I feel like they've been discovered. Oh, I bet you're right. Yeah, I'd either have to go digging or I'd have to ask. But whenever I'm in the monster truck groups on Facebook, those guys are so grouchy. They're all grouchy old men. And if you ask a question that was answered 2 years ago, they act like you're the worst person on the planet. It's a real shame, but you know, I also do see like a lot of great pictures get shared in there, and a lot of great little bits of information get shared. All right, I do have more saved. However, that is about my limit on stream for the night. So I am going to call that the stream. Thank you all so much for coming on. Thank you to all the new subs and everyone who came to hang out for the first time. Thank you to the usual suspects, Ryan Nickabeans, and I think we had a couple others, Adam NX67 as usual. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Chilling with me here on a Friday night. We are going to raid someone, but we're gonna decide who together. And I'm going to put a poll in the chat to figure out who we should raid. And our options are we got Mega 64, with their biggest, most important stream of the year, doing The Room, where Rocco, main guy from Mega 64, is trapped in a room for as long as people keep subbing. Right now, he has another 120 something hours that he's stuck in that room. He's been there since early Tuesday. It's one of my favorite things that happens every year. I've been watching it nonstop. When I'm done here, that's what I'm watching. We also have my second option for us, Data Sumo. I love sumo wrestling, and right now is the January Basho going on in Japan. And Data Sumo is a great channel where they compile all the important data around every match. They aggregate everything in English on the screen in real time. Super interesting if you don't know anything about sumo and want to know about sumo. I can't recommend Data Sumo enough. So we are going to say Mega 64 The Room or Data Sumo. And we are going to go ahead and just have a nice short little poll in there, little 1 minute guy, and just see what folks want to do. And then we're going to go raid together, and we're going to throw my emotes all in the chat to let everyone know we're there and say hi. But once again, while we're voting on that, I want to thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. This has been an absolute blast. I've had a great time. And we are going to do more of these for sure because we have to watch the old animated series Bigfoot and the Muscle Machines. We absolutely have to. I can't wait because I've not revisited that since I was a very little kid. So seeing it again is going to be really weird. And I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like based on the votes right now, we're headed over to Data Sumo. So that's going to be the plan. I'm watching it count down to make sure. Yep, we're going to do it. We're going to raid Data Sumo. Join me in checking out the January Basho over on Data Sumo. I love sumo wrestling. Got to see it in person November 2023 when I was wrestling in Fukuoka, Japan. And it was an incredible experience. And I'm really looking forward to it. So I will see you all over there. And yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. I'll be back Monday, 8 p.m. See you then. We should be rating already. I don't know what the holdup is. Don't worry, we're going to go, folks. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Yeah, there's a timer. It's not showing for or it's showing weird for me. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. But yeah, next week on Wednesday, we're going to be doing some work in the workshop. I've got a bunch of toys I've been designing, and we need to get some paint on them so they're finished up. So you'll want to be here for that. The IRL streams, some of my favorites, and we'll be gaming Monday and Tuesday. Playing a bit of Silk Song on Monday, and Tuesday we'll be playing Monster Jam Showdown. And I think we're actually going to have a Thursday raid next week. Might be my first duo raid with my buddy Johnny Torres. We're going to work out the kinks on it this weekend. So you might get 4 nights of Perry next week. We'll see. All right, now that should do it. And I believe we're raiding now. There it is.